Hey, we back, baby. Happy Saturday to everybody. Welcome back. I am thankful and blessed to wake up another day, and I hope you and yours are as well. It is beautiful out here in the New York area. Let me see what's going on right now. I know how it felt when I was out there, but I tell you, let me see. It is currently 79 degrees, going up to a high of 85. Love that. And the low today is 65. That's my type of weather right there. This is what we're talking about. Unfortunately, the heat is still here. Tomorrow going up to 89 degrees. And the beautiful thing is that it's sunny all of these days, so we'll work with that. Monday 90 degrees, Tuesday 91, Wednesday 94, Thursday 93 and partial clouds, maybe rain, and then Friday 85. Yeah, it's been really beautiful lately and a lot of sun. I don't know, maybe that's a bad thing because usually every time we see a lot of sun and we're enjoying ourselves, they tell us later we're in a drought. So we'll see. But yeah, man, definitely enjoy the weather. Make the best of this time because life is quick, man. It's fickle. And summer goes quick. For those who hate the excessive heat, you know what? You miss it when it's gone, right? So enjoy it while it's here. All right. So yeah, we got a couple things to talk about today, guys. Obviously, we know that the Knicks are scheduled to hire Chris Jent. They're just finalizing stuff. That's pretty much a done deal. He will become the associate head coach. So he will take over the role as being Mike Brown's right-hand man, as well as being the offensive coordinator for the team. So that's going to be a pretty important hire. We'll talk a little bit more about him a little later. Also, we know that the Knicks are apparently bringing back one of their old school 1990s uniforms. So we'll get into that. I know a lot of people, I mean, personally, I'm with you. A lot of people wanted to see the dark ones because the dark ones were fire, but they're bringing back the white ones. So it is what it is. We still don't know what's going on. I just have to talk about it but at this point, I don't care. We still don't know what's going on with Ben Simmons. Whatever. And we are also trying to figure out outside of Ben Simmons, what are we doing with that last spot, that last veteran minimum contract that we have available? Still up in the air. They've been talking a lot. So my whole thing is there's been a lot of talking and reporting. There's no movement. So, it goes from Brogdon to Ben Simmons to Shamet to DeLon Wright to whoever else you can think of. It is what it is. So you got that going on. We also got the Christmas Day schedule released by the NBA, so we know who's playing on Christmas Day. The Knicks are back on Christmas Day once again, so that's pretty dope. And we're gonna see because the NFL has some strong games on that day as well. So it's gonna be a jam-packed day. I don't know. It's a lot. I don't know. It's a lot, but we'll see. And then outside of that, just really waiting for the Knicks to, have a chance to open up camp, for Mike Brown to get with the team, for them to start running practices and drills and learn one another. But I got to tell you, this is no time soon. I mean, NBA Media Day is not until I think September 23rd or 24th. So we still got a lot of time before all that stuff happens. And I'm chomping at the bit, man. I wish these guys were, I wish that even though I know it takes some time for the official training camps and all that stuff to happen, I hope that maybe by the end of August, early September, these guys are already getting together and trying to, get some chemistry going. That would be nice to see. I hope they do something like that. I can't really say too much because these guys play in an 82 game season with travel and all types of stuff. Sometimes their families with them, sometimes their families not with them. So for them to have this time to be able to enjoy themselves and relax after a grueling season and be with their families, I mean, who can second guess that? Take all the time you need. Selfishly, I'm just saying it would be nice for them to get together a little early just to, start developing that chemistry and really lock in, But I can't be mad either way. It is what it is. Anyway, without further ado, I'm not going to keep talking too much today. I know I made you guys wait. I apologize for the delay, but that's the thing with Saturday's show that I hope you guys all understand. Once I get going and once I'm locked in up here, I can't really do much. So I got to do what I got to do beforehand. And if something comes up, life be lifing, then I got to do what I got to do. So it is what it is. All right. Let's see what's going on with the chat. Shout out to Crim's dad in the building. What up, Crim's dad? Good to see you as always. 90s. And thank you for being a member of the SKF Army. Oh yeah, sorry. I got my morning cup of Joe, fresh or Joanne, whatever you want to call it. And so expect me to be all congested and all hockina very soon. It only takes a little bit of time with this stuff. And yes, pinky up. I know some of y'all might hate me. I tell you, let me ask you guys something. This is not basketball related, but I feel like we are very interesting as a people. We have a lot of different taste and flavor receptors that go on that work for us. This coffee is mint chocolate chip. Oh no! Some people are like, no, no. And others are like, Mint chocolate chip might be one of the most controversial flavors. Not even just mint chocolate chip, maybe mint in general, or mint and chocolate, whatever. I don't know. Might be one of the most controversial flavors ever created because there's some people that love it and there's others that can't stand it. They're like, oh no, it tastes like toothpaste. No, bad. Pinky up for flavor. I get it. I know. I mean, it's just how we were conditioned. People are built the way they're built. Either you like it or you don't like it. It's like, being as a kid when you had your first tuna fish sandwich. Tuna fish? What is this? Either you like it or you don't. I like tuna fish, but I know there's a lot of people that don't like tuna fish. They gag at the sight of tuna fish. I'm like, what? It is what it is. Everybody's different. I just find it very interesting that the mint chocolate chip, though, that one, that flavor is it's controversial. It gets the people going. Anyway. Yeah, man. Hopefully you're doing good, Crim's dad. And I hope Crims is doing good. And the rest of the family. Shout out to Walter Blackman in the building. What up, Walter? Good morning, Ron. I like the hire. Okay. All right. Yeah. I think it's a smart hire. I think it's smart that the Knicks are, getting themselves people who understand different levels of basketball to help Mike Brown in his decision making, in his planning, in his scheming. This is good. This is good. I think that's very smart. I think we are on the right page finally. We because once again, not taking anything away from Tom Thibodeau, but Tom Thibodeau did his own thing. He moved in the way he liked to move. And I think that this is a welcome change because this allows us to be a little bit more versatile because we have different minds coming up with different things for different sides of the basketball. So we'll see. And I'm not saying that this didn't happen on the Tibbs either, but Tibbs still kind of moved the way Tibbs wanted to move and called his own shots. So we're looking for a little bit more all-inclusive. You know what I mean? We want the deluxe package. Let's see. All right. Shout out to Rasul Thomas in the building. What up, Rasul? JJ's in the building. Salute, Ron. Happy Saturday, bro. I'm not familiar with Chris Jent, so I'm looking forward to you breaking it down a bit. Yeah, no doubt. Shout out to you, my brother. He said, we need Knicks basketball because the odds of my Mets and the other team that plays in the Bronx chances of making the playoffs look slimmer and slimmer every day. What a mess all around. You ain't lying, bro. I listen, Yankee fans, I get it. I mean, maybe you get it. Maybe you understand. But this is a rough time right now. And I do not know what's going on with the Mets. And it's unfortunate because in these type of situations, usually organizations wind up making a bad decision to help the team. And that bad decision usually becomes a manager. I don't think Mendoza is a bad manager. I don't think he's great. I think he's still learning and but I don't know if I could blame Mendoza for what's going on. The Mets have a lot of issues. And a lot of it's mental. It's mental. These guys all have skill. They're all good baseball players. There's some of them are at the top of their game. Now, there's something going. There's a disconnect somewhere that they got to figure out. And right now, I don't think the fans are helping. The booing of Juan Soto isn't helping because the guy, you got to understand. No matter what happens, Juan Soto is going to do Juan Soto. And at the end of the year, you're going to look at Juan Soto's numbers and like, man, Juan Soto had another good season because that's just what Juan Soto does. Whether you like him or not, whether you like his brash confidence and his cockiness, he's still that dude, and he's gonna do what he does. What we need to do is figure out how to win some games. But anyway, this is Know the Ledge. This ain't the Met. This ain't State of the Game or something. So, but you guys get it. And the Yankees are probably dealing with something similar. But no. I'm not gonna lie and say that the Yankees probably need a change. I think Aaron Boone has made some very no, I don't want to say that. I think Aaron Boone hasn't reeled the team in. That team is making a lot of mental errors and not cleaning up how they play baseball. And that usually comes from coaching and getting guys ready. So that's a different thing. Aaron Boone they may need to move on from Aaron Boone. Just saying. So that's them. Because they got a good team. They got good talent. So, but they make a lot of bad mistakes. They got a couple guys over there making bad mistakes. One guy's got the yips. So I don't know. There's some stuff going on in baseball in New York. All right. Shout out to Andios in the building. What up, Andios? Good to see you as always. Andios NYK says, Knick fans, if you're loving the content, make sure to give that like button a click and subscribe to the channel. Relax and soak in the experience. I like what he's saying. I believe it. And if y'all don't know what the like button looks like, it looks a little something like this. Yes, it does. Appreciate you, Andios, as always, man. And as I always say, please go support and follow Andios on Instagram for all his content. Randu 1973 in the building. What up, Randu? Says salute Ron into the chat. What's going on, brother? And appreciate you for being a member of the SKF Army. And I will say, guys, I am working on some new content for being an SKF member, or at least new ideas for being an SKF member. It's one of those things that really bothers me and plagues me because obviously I can give content. I can do videos that are separate for you guys, and I will do that. I'm just trying to see if I can make the experience even more, palatable so that you guys enjoy it. Not just, the exclusive content, but also the giveaways, but other things as well. I'm saying too much, but the bottom line is understand that I am thinking about doing other things to enhance the membership experience. I want to do more. So I'm working on that. Shout out to David Smith in the building. Salute to Ron in the chat. Knicks hire another coach in Chris Jent, who has moved around a lot and whose greatest success came as an assistant to the Cavs with prime LeBron. Sound familiar, Mike Brown? Well, the bottom line, dear David, is that Chris Jent is a specific type of coach who's going to help a specific type of action. Assistant coaches are not looked at in the same regards that head coaches are looked at. Obviously, assistant coaches get fired all the time. Or, you might have an assistant coach that's with you for years, but never takes that next step. Do you think one is better than the other? Is an assistant coach, excuse me, here's the congestion. Is an assistant coach who's had success with one team at a certain time, and then runs into an issue where the team is not doing good? Does that fall all on the assistant coach that handles a specific duty, or is it other issues that happen? Is it the head coach, having issues or losing the team? Is it players not playing the way they played before? Is it injuries? There's all these types of things. Is it losing talent because you can't afford them anymore because they've priced themselves out? We don't know. We don't know all the situations that go on. Is it the fact that LeBron, being a very talented player, left the team and now that team is no longer as talented because LeBron made up for so much? We don't know all the answers. But so is that coach looked at as a negative because he goes to different spots and just can't really latch on because you don't find that same chemistry and semblance in the coaching staff, and then it doesn't translate to the players the way you'd want as far as success? We don't know the type of jobs that the assistant coach is going for or that they've wound up in, and then things don't work out because maybe there's other issues. Maybe the fact that every time you hire a new head coach, they want to bring in their own coaches. Does that mean I did a bad job as an assistant coach? Not necessarily. It could mean just I got fired because they hired a new head coach that wants to bring in his own people. You know what I mean? So there's more to the story, David. You can't just look at it as a singular thing. And like I said, the flip side is, so a head coach that has been with a program for 14, 15 years and never gone anywhere else, never became a head coach. Does that mean that coach is a phenomenal assistant coach? They're the best assistant coach ever in the NBA? Or is it just a comfortability between that coach and the organization, knowing that coach knows what they're doing? He's never had an issue. His skill set and identity translates well with whoever's involved with him, whoever's around him, and we like him. We don't feel a need to change him. Some organizations just have that level of comfort that they don't want to just go around changing coaches all the time. And if a new coach comes in, hey, you can bring in your own staff. But let me tell you something, that guy right there, he knows what he's doing. He's one of the smartest people in this organization. He's not going anywhere. So figure out how to use him as a part of your staff. That's all it could be. So, I mean, when you want to bring up the hiring and firing of head coaches, okay, that's fair. I mean, there's also more to the story with that too, but that's a little bit more because head coaches, they die on the sword. It's them. But assistant coaches, it's a little different. There's a lot more going on, especially the fact that just knowing that a head coach is entitled to bring in their own staff every time they get hired, automatically that kind of null and voids the argument, because you could be a great assistant coach and just get fired because that guy, the new head coach, don't know you and he's bringing in his own people. So I just wanted to put that out there. But I hear you, David. Shout out to Latoria B. Tori B in the building. Let's go. What up, Tori? Good to see you. All right. We got Darlene, and she says, morning, Knicks fans, by the way. We got Darlene Bryant in the building. Let's go, Darlene. Said, good morning, Ron and the Knicks family. Salute to you as always. Good to see you. Okay. I don't know about that. Sha Powers is in the building. What up, Sha? Good to see you. And please, as I always say, go support Sha, one half of the Knicks Real Talk crew. Salute, salute, salute. What's going on, my brother? Good to see you. Shout out to him and Divine. Prezi the boss is in the building. Said, do the dance, do the dance, do that. Shout out to you, Prezi. Good to see you, brother. Wolverines 1986 is in the building. What's going on? Wolverine says, great Knicks hired another coach that's been fired. Another one. Okay. Wolverines, see comment that just was said in relation to David's comment. Have been fired a gazillion times and whose only success came with Prime LeBron. We also still have Rick Brunson on our staff. Good stuff. Once again, so the same thing I said to David is the same thing I'd say to you, Wolverine, especially when it comes to assistant coaches. But hey, you know, Prezi says salute to Ron, the Teflon Don General of the SKF Army. Appreciate you, man. Knicks will be 2026 champs in the building. Says it's going to be 100 in Riverside, Cali. Eee-wee. Hot to trot. Hey, man, take it easy. Stay as cool as you can. But hopefully that heat is a little less humidity based, like New York heat, and it's got a little bit more dry air to it. Salute to you, my guy, and thank you for being a member of the SKF Army. All right, let me breeze through. Shout out to Kerry Cox in the building. What up, Kerry? Good to see you as always, my brother. NYC B-Ball 08 in the building. Peace and love, everyone. Salute to you, my guy. Cardiac Knicks is in the building. Says salute, Ron. Salute, SKF chat. What's going on, Cardiac? Bagger Jones is in the building. Said NBA is wild and giving us Cleveland on Christmas Day. No one want to see them. It should have been us against either Detroit, Orlando, or even Boston. Low ratings for our game. No, I don't think so, Bagger. Because remember, the Knicks and the Cavs, a lot of people have us as 1 and 2 in the East. And by Christmas Day, the Knicks and the Cavs should be doing their thing. And the pretenders will already have been exposed. So I think that could be a really good matchup, a matchup between 1 and 2, most likely. I mean, possibly. I don't want to say most likely. Possibly by that time. That's must-see TV. I like it. I don't know why you don't like it. Also, shout out to Knicks will be 2026 chance. Says, let's get Ben Simmons in NY. Okay. I know JJ said NFL is grimy for trying to take Christmas from the NBA. It's facts. And, you know, the NBA needs Christmas more than anybody. NBA still has a lot of work to do to build up their image again. NBA has been falling really heavy in the ratings. They've got a lot of extracurricular stuff that's happening with their players. This whole gambling thing and sports betting has really kind of created a black eye for the NBA. The NBA's got a lot of work to do. The NBA's All-Star game is trash. The festivities just aren't what they used to be. NBA got a lot of work to do. So they definitely need Christmas Day. So, yeah, NBA better figure it out. I don't know. Commissioner needs to come up with some new ideas to really bring people back into the fold. And I saw something the other day. I forgot who was talking about it. And I apologize for that, but I would definitely give them credit. Something about New York basketball and how like the top players in the country are not really coming from New York anymore. So that's not good either. It's kind of like the baseball thing. You know how, in baseball, a lot of young African-American kids are no longer looking to play baseball the way they used to in past years, because just the excitement and the energy around baseball is not there the way it used to be. And so it's therefore changing the way young African-American kids want to participate in it. And that's a shame, because there's talent all over the place through all types of races and nationalities. And to now have, something like that going on where, a bunch of talented kids are just not interested in it because it's just not being propped up the way it was before. They're not seeing it's not enticing to them. That's a shame. Yeah, that's a shame. The other thing too is like, whatever. I'm going to get on my baseball high horse. Just the fact that the game has become a home run hitting game, less attention to fundamentals, less attention to being a good hitter. Nowadays, if you strike out less than 200 times, you're a good hitter. Like what? Back in the day, I used to remember seeing guys bat 340, 350, finish the year around 300, 310. And I'm like, this is a great hitter. Now I'm looking at stuff like, oh, if he bats 250 and he's got 30 home runs, he's phenomenal. What? Get out of here, man. I'm, that's a whole nother thing. Leave me alone. Let me get off my baseball high horse. All right. Moving on. David Smith says the Giannis rumors still going. Clueless fans and media still talking about shipping our best player out of here for Giannis, who can't shoot and is ball dominant and would make team worse. I mean, I hear you, David. I wouldn't want to trade Cat for Giannis. I want Cat and Giannis to play together. I don't know how we could make that happen, but I would prefer that. But I mean, even though Giannis can't shoot, and listen, I was the one who said this 2 years ago. I said that I wouldn't trade for Giannis because eventually Giannis is not going to have that quick first step. He's not going to have that quick leaping burst that he used to. And then he can't shoot. So he's not going to be as dominant as he was before. But guess what? He's only 30 years old and he's still dominant right now. So I'm just premature in my assessment. It's going to happen eventually, but we're not there yet. So right now, Giannis is still dominant. He still gives you, high points and high rebounds, and he's one of the best defensive players in the league. That's a lot. That's saying something. It's saying something. So one day he's going to lose a step, but he hasn't lost it yet. So Darlene says that's what they should do to develop chemistry. Yeah. Oh, as far as coming early, coming to practice, is coming into the facilities early and working together. Yeah, I agree with that. I think listen, it's about, if you trying to win a championship, if this is a championship type year, then you sacrifice for this year. If it don't work out, you say, hey, man, I did all that last year. We didn't really do nothing. We didn't go the right direction. So, until I get back to that feeling of we're ready, I'm not going to do that again. But this year, I'm going to try to do it. You should try to do it, but whatever. Buzzer Beat is in the building. Shout out to you. Salute. Thank you, Prezi. Yeah, I don't know what it is, man. They should feel good about me. I would give the most realist, different type of commercial ever. Dunkin' Donuts, my favorite coffee. I get congested. It makes me get all nasally when I'm trying to speak, but I love it and I drink it anyway. Let's see. Okay, I'm breezing through. Baggett says he believes Bridges is going to have a breakout year. I agree with that too. I definitely think everything is set up for Bridges to have a big year. David Smith says Juan Soto's not worth $765 million for 16 years. It's not 16 years. It's 10 years, and I think there's an out after 6 or 7. Something like that, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Right? I think. Whatever. I don't know. Either way, no one's worth that money, but that's what they're giving these guys. They're giving these money out. And the bottom line is, listen, this is to everybody out there who has anything to say about Juan Soto. No matter what you say about Juan Soto is going to be Juan Soto. This year, he's struggling with 27 home runs or whatever he's got and how many RBIs, and he's batting like 250, 260, whatever. By the end of the season, the numbers are going to look good. And then next season, after being with the Mets and being more comfortable, he is going to rake. And then next year, you're going to be like, oh, well, all right. I mean, he's not that good. Of course he is. Of course Juan Soto is good. There's certain things we can't deny, guys. A good player is a good player, but a great player is a different level. Juan Soto is a great player. Aaron Judge, great player. They are what they are, no matter what we say, no matter where they're at. You know, people used to hate on Barry Bonds because of whatever he did and how cocky and nasty he was as a person to people. Barry Bonds was a phenomenal player, probably the best in baseball, outside of his steroid abuse and use and all that stuff. The dude has a Hall of Fame career prior to being on steroids, just being with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Then after, if you take his two times, like split his career in half, pre-steroids and after steroids, both performances get him in the Hall of Fame separately. And put them together, he's like the best player in baseball history. But he cheated. It is what it is. I don't know, man. I'm just telling you, these guys, when you are a certain level of player, we don't know. None of us can even comprehend what it is to have the skills of these type of players. It don't matter what we say, what they do. They are going to do what they do all the time because they're a next level type of player. Aaron Judge, next level. Juan Soto, next level. And you know who's another guy that, shout out to my friend Prophet, who was talking about Ramirez from Cleveland, the Guardians. That dude is nice. Next level. Next level. Always consistent, always got the same numbers, a beast. These type of guys, they're not going nowhere. They're going to do what they do no matter what. All right, I'm moving on. Sorry. Baseball tangents. Oh no, are you serious? It's an early game? Oh no, come on. I didn't know that. Why would they do that? That is terrible. Why would they play a preseason game in the freaking mid-afternoon? What are we doing? Come on. Who played what? Oh no. That is terrible. First off, it's Saturday. Who the hell wants to see it in a 80-degree weather? Who wants to see a football game at 1 p.m. on a Saturday? Come on, people. This definitely is impacting Know the Ledge. Not great. I got to tell you, it's not great. Listen, I won't blame anybody who's a Giant fan, but hopefully you can watch it in the background. Maybe you can listen to me while you're watching the Giants, because I know I'm gonna have to put it on. I didn't know that. Thank you, Kerry. I would have missed the game, and I would have been hot later. That's terrible, bro. Why would they do? Man wants to see no freaking Giant game in 80-degree weather at 1 p.m. on a Saturday. What are we doing? This is horrible. Whatever. Chris Gotti in the building said, still Knicks fan excited for this season. Yes, sir, Chris. I'm with you, my brother. Sherwin's in the building. What up, Sherwin? Good afternoon. What's the news on Ben Simmons? We may have to trade Josh Hart. Ben Simmons bring the same things, better, bigger, and faster. I don't know about the faster part yet. I got to see some consistency from Ben. I was watching some Clippers highlights yesterday of Ben because I can't stop. I got to still continue to watch this guy and figure out what we might be getting if we get him. He's still a little slow to me. You know, he's definitely far from the Ben in Philadelphia. And I don't know if he's quite back to being the Ben that he was with the Nets. So let's see. Maybe it could be the scheme of the way the Clippers play. I just don't necessarily. I still got to see. And look, honestly, maybe Ben is finally turning a corner, right? Maybe the time with the Clippers is the best he's ever, felt physically. And so now he's starting to turn the corner. I don't know. We'll see. That's what we can hope for. But I don't know about trading Josh Hart just as of yet. I would rather start the season, see how everybody plays together, see how the bench works. If Josh is coming off the bench, how the bench moves, if Josh's transition ability, his hustle, his rebounding, how that translates. I want to see how that all plays out before I would decide to get rid of a guy like Josh Hart, who's the heart and soul to me of the team when he's right. Shout out to Deron Wayne in the building. What up, Deron? Thank you for being a member of the SKF Army. Salute to you. Says good afternoon. All right. Hey, Fritz Alcindor Jr. in the building. Salute to you, my guy, the NBA Economy Show, as well as the Nick of Time Show. Herb Williams was a staple on our bench. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Paris Doug is in the building. What up, Paris? Good to see you. Shout out to Jersey Shore 74 in the building. Said peace chat. Good to see you. Hey, Big Lou's in the building. What up, Big Lou? Listen, man, I hope you're doing well. Hope health is treating you well. We are always blessed to be able to wake up another day and be on this earth. And I'm glad to see you in the chat, my guy. Good afternoon, Ron, and the Knicks family chat. Good move on Chris Jent. I agree. Listen, it could have been better if they would have been able to get Mike Wayner from Indiana, but it didn't happen. You know, it works. It works. I think Chris Jent is someone who's well liked, and he understands offense in the NBA. No one says he's the best offensive coordinator, but we didn't have an offense coordinator. Think about that, guys. We didn't have an offensive coordinator. Yeah, we had people that help run plays, draw up plays with Tibbs. But this guy is specifically coming here to help us. And he is someone who is respected in those circles. So let's just give everybody a shot to do what they do. M. Gene is in the building. Yo, what up, M. Gene? 95 in Phoenix. Ew. That Phoenix area is ridiculous. 95 is probably like 60 in Phoenix. That Phoenix temperature be crazy. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Dripmore in the building. What up, Dripmore? Said, yo, what up, Ron? Busy back to school weekend. Let's go. Official barber of Knicks Nation. That's a fact. SKF and the Knicks community. Let's go. What up, Dripmore? Shout out to Jay Chosen in the building. What up, Jay? Said peace, Ron. And SKF fam. Hope all are enjoying the summer. Don't forget to give people their flowers while they're still here. Have peace. Let's go, Knicks. Let's go, Mets. That's a fact. I agree with you, Jay. 100%. Give them their flowers while they're here. Appreciate everybody. Sharice Duncan is in the building. Said Pistons versus NYK would have been fire. I mean, it would have been. Don't get me wrong, but let's not forget. It could be shaken up to be a matchup between 1 and 2 in the East. And I think that's what the NBA is predicting. That's why they come out there with that type of schedule. Carlos Tejada is in the building. What up, Carlos? Salute. Nick Yak is in the building. Said, go get a Ukraine coach for an assistant, teach team ball. I mean, we do need team ball. You ain't lying there. I hope, I hope Chris Jent has studied that and studied, motion offense. And that's something that him and Mike Brown can bring to the Knicks. That's what I'm hoping for. Angel Torres in the building. What up, Angel? Says, salute, Ron, amigo. What's good, my guy? Jay Boogie's in the building. Said, good early Saturday afternoon to my orange and blue family. Blessings, health, life, and happiness to you all. Shout out to our conductor, the Mr. WBLS of the podcast, Mr. Ron, hosting SKF. Salute to you, Jay Boogie. I am glad you are on the mend and getting back to 100% health. We appreciate you, and we need you around for many, many years to keep hitting us with the rhymes and that Nick love, man. Appreciate you, Jay Boogie. Nick Yak says European coaches beat us with less talent. Yeah, man. Listen, they scheme up very well in Europe because they know they have to do things, with less in order to succeed. They do a really good job at it. Let me see here. Shout out to Johnny Davis in the building. What up, Johnny? Say, hey, Ron and chat. What up, fam? Salute. Oh, okay. So thanks, Jay. It's 13 years out after 5. Okay, all right. I knew it was something. I just couldn't remember. All right, cool. That's not a bad deal. Listen, I think that's actually pretty smart. But I don't know who gets the out. Is it Soto who gets the out after 5, or is it a team out? I think it's Soto though. Mm. Um, Panama Ray in the building. What up, Panama Ray? Good to see you, my guy. Said peace, Ron. Good to see you, bro. I haven't seen you in the chat in a minute. Good to see you. No cap life's analyst. Barry was never caught. Okay, I hear. I hear you. I hear you. That big whopper head that he had on a pause. That wasn't a dead giveaway, but I hear you. Hey, you are right. It's true. You know, technically he was never caught. And anyway, he was using the cream, right? It was the cream. He said Juan. Kerry says Juan Soto's going to be the team manager with Ely. David Smith says, "You think Lindor resents Soto?" No, think Soto. Lindor is the reason why Soto's here. I think they have a really good relationship. They really good friends. They have a different relationship than we could ever understand, because when you're at the top of your game, when you have other people that are at the top of their game and they represent, it's a different thing. I think they're really cool and they really like each other. I do think that maybe Lindor might say that Soto probably needs to calm down a little bit, because Lindor is the opposite of Soto when it comes to being braggadocious. He's a very humble, very quiet guy when it comes to that stuff. So Soto being a little bit more brash. And my whole thing about Soto, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, I never knew Soto to be a braggadocious, brash type of guy until he came to New York. Now he wants to, strut his oats a little bit. I just want Soto to go back to who he was before. Stop talking so much. You got the money, you get the fame, everybody knows who you are. You are one of the best in baseball. Just play baseball. Nobody wants to hear you say all that other. Just go out there and do what you do. Let that do the speaking for you. Oh man, what are we doing here? All right. Sam Grandison is in the building. The Grandy Man can. Shout out to my bro, best tackle in the NFL, Andrew Thomas. Facts. Oh, we got the best tackle in the NFL. We got the best defensive lineman in the NBA, in the NFL as well, man. A lot of people giving the Giants a lot of love for Sexy Dexy. The dude is a beast, bro. Nobody can stop him. And now people are like, man, he's one of the toughest people to guard on the defensive line. Let's go, Giants. G-Man. All right. Speaking of that, hold on one second, guys. I got to go get my remote to turn on my TV because I'm not missing no Giant stuff. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. I apologize. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, I can't believe that. Thank you so much, Kerry. I'm telling you, you don't know how clutch that was to let me know that, because I would have been upset. Hot, like missing the Giants for no reason. They played at 1 p.m. on a freaking Saturday, 80-degree weather. What are we doing? Can't believe it. Hold on. Find the damn game. I don't see it yet. No. What are they playing on? Anybody know what channel they're playing? Oh, I see it. Oops. Wait, no, that's not it. I don't know. Anybody know what channel they're playing on? I don't know. Let me know. All right, as we continue. My 2 cents is in the building. Says salute, Ron. Have it on with you on straight up. Stuck with Bills broadcast, so easy choice. Nah, I hear that. Oh, that is it. Oh, wait a minute. Why does it say? Oh, I get the time. Is that 1? But here it says 12:30. I gotta wait for it to do its thing here. That's weird. We'll see. All right. Okay, I'm breezing through. That's an interesting question, though, Cap. Would Brunson sign off on a Hart trade? That's a good question. I think he would, but not now. Like Josh Hart would have, they have to play, guys. Like I said, you can't ignore that Josh Hart had his best season in the NBA with the Knicks last year. He played well in the Detroit series. He played good in the Boston series. He just played terrible in the Indiana series. So, do you take one playoff series versus a team and say that negates how he played in the other 2 series and everything he did in the regular season? I don't think so. So, I think they need to play this year and see how everything stacks up, how they work together before Brunson would be like, you know what? If that's what you guys want to do, then it is what it is. But he's definitely not. I don't think he's signing off on trading him right now. That's not fair. To me, if I was a player, I would think that's not fair to me either. I know I had a bad series against Indiana, but all of a sudden I'm trash. Everything else I've done the rest of the year and what I did in the other 2 series doesn't mean anything anymore. I don't know. I think that's kind of unfair. Shout out to APAP SKF. Salute. What's going on, AP? HP Carlos is in the building. Says salute Knicks Nation all the way from Portugal in the building. What up? Wacko in Brooklyn's in the building. 5 years ago, we had Moutier, Hardaway, Knox, and Cantor. Fan base never said. Damn it. Ooh, that's a reality check right there. Moutier, Hardaway, Knox, and Cantor. Oh boy. That's there's some truth in there, Wacko. Wiz BKLA in the building. Salute Ron, the dancing machine. My brother from another mother. Knicks will win 64 games at a minimum, make the NBA Finals. Yabusele and Daddy A will be significant contributors. Hey, man, listen, I ain't mad at you, bro. I like what you're saying. As far as that 64 wins,
let's see if I know the ledge.
I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's a tough one. D-Rex in the building said no opportunities for anyone in the Knicks organization if they under 45. Shout out. Oh, it's on NBC. Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. So let me go to NBC. Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks, Wacko. Thanks, JJ. Thanks, Big Dave. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to Coach Sire in the building, SKF. Ron, what's going on, my brother? Hold on 1 second. My Fugazi ain't Fugaziing. You know what I mean? Got to get my Fugazi right so I can watch the game. Okay. Let me see. Big Dave is in the building. Said Josh just got over used and wore down. I agree with that too. That's why I don't want Josh playing no 40, no 38, no 35. Josh 30 minutes tops. If we could keep him under 30 minutes, great. I think Josh somewhere between 25 and 28 minutes gives you the best Josh Hart you're going to see, because overuse of him overexerts him and you don't get all of that energy that Josh presents. So I agree with you, Big Dave. Shout out to you for that. All right. So we got the game going. That's good. Well, it's not going yet, but you know what I mean. All right. I'm finally thanks, Darlene. Appreciate it. I'm finally at the bottom. All right. Wolverine says perfect opportunity for the Knicks front office to correct the coaching issues, and this is what they come up with. Can you get first off? Can you give the Knicks organization a chance to see what they got before saying it's not going to work? Every single year since Leon Rose has been here, he has been questioned for what he's done. And every single year at the end of the year, we're like, well, man, Leon did some good things. Who knew? Who this? Who that? Can we give the organization a chance to see what happens before we condemn it? The Knicks have a lot of good stuff that could work out very well for this organization this year. Give it a chance, man. Let's not be so negative. And believe me, I'm one of those people that I used to be very doom and gloom with everything. I don't believe that anymore. My life has changed. I have a positive outlook on things, and I understand that that type of energy is the type of energy I want around me, and it permeates and affects others. And I like all that. So let's just give it a shot, bro. I hear you. I know you want to see it happen. You've been waiting. You want the Knicks to be a good team. You want them to win the championship. You want them to make the right choices. Let's find out because the other thing too is there's always going to be teams that make all the right choices and have the best, and they actually do what they need to do and win. But there's going to be teams that come out of nowhere and you don't know about their choices, whether they're the right ones or not, and they win. You just don't know. You just got to give it a shot and see what happens throughout the season. Shout out to Ronald Bradley in the building. What up, Ronald? Thank you for being in the chat. Good to see you. He said exactly. Where are the Lou Brocks, the Ricky Hendersons? Yeah, right? What? Baseball is different, man. What happened? I hear you, bro. Jersey Shore says, I agree. 20 to 22 minutes is plenty for Josh Hart. I mean, I think he could play a little more than that, but I hear you. We're on the same page. I hear you, Wolverine. I know. I've been there. Listen, as a 90s Knick fan, dealing with you guys don't even understand the type of stuff I had to deal with in my lunchroom. I used to regret having to go to lunch, and lunch was a favorite time for me. Going to eat food, playing spades, chopping it up, telling jokes. Not when it was Knick basketball time, and not when it was playoff time, and watching the Knicks get smacked by the Bulls and stuff like. You know how much stuff I had to deal with? Same old Knicks. Your Knicks are trash. They never win anything. Y'all got one good play. You know how much stuff I had to deal with? It's a freaking nightmare. I used to hate those times. I used to dread going to the lunchroom. Come on. But we get through it. We listen and we don't judge. All right, let me open up the panel if anybody is free and wants to jump on. Okay. Now, first off, as I said already, we already know that Christmas schedule has the Knicks back on Christmas once again. So I'm excited for that. I think this is another great opportunity, and the Knicks get to kick it off. So, I mean, I don't know what's the best. Like, I feel like that's the best possible slot. You guys think about that? Being able to play as the first game on Christmas at noon. People wake up early. They open up their presents and everything. We're the first game. So before you can even get your day going, say what you want to do and go out, you get the Knicks. I think the Knicks that's like prime time. I think the Knicks are getting blessed every year when they get that spot. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's the spot to have. Because, you know, once you get going and you've woken up, you slept late, all that stuff, like you can't get out the house yet. I think that's a spot to be in. Like you can, even those who don't have enough time to get everything, you still can watch some of that Knick game before you leave. Like them other games, maybe not as much love. But, you know, that's my opinion. But speaking of that,
it's a jolly time of the year, right before the new year. Ain't no other squad better on this day than the Knicks. We back. Best time of the year, they say it's Christmas. Little kids can't wait to see us Christmas. New clothes, new toys, mean it's Christmas. You see the Knicks, we back, we on Christmas. It's so pretty when you can see the snowfall. That red nose, tell them that it's Rudolph. Chestnuts roasting, the Knicks stay roasting. Tell the whole league we hosting. 12 noon, we back, 12 in the 2/5.
Yeah, we back, baby. Let's go. Christmas Day, 12 noon, Cleveland Cavaliers, New York Knicks. We are back, and they're probably going to be playing with their City Edition new 90s look unis. So that'll be pretty dope. That'll be pretty dope. I think that's going to be phenomenal. I can't wait. I can't wait. Let's go, baby. All right. Shout out to Jay Boogie as always. You know, when we get, I can't wait. I can't wait till I can start rocking that off in Christmas time, hitting it with the "We Back on Christmas." Let's go with Cully and Papa Left. Oh man, we back. Damn it, that's true. I didn't even think about that. Wiz said the first game on Christmas is 9 a.m. in the West. You ain't lying, brother. That's kind of rough. I hear you. But hey, that's one of those, if you got family around and open up Christmas gifts, they get up early in the morning. Listen, hey, y'all, hey, go ahead, kids, open that up. Okay, Jalen. What? Yeah, little Mikey. Let's go, Cat. That works for me. I'm just saying, I'll make it work. Anyway, let me bring my guys up in here. Let's see. Where's my I got my 3-man? Oh, I gotta make one. I'll use this 4-man. All right. We'll switch it up. Don't mind me, guys. Just gonna fix this real quick because my setting is gone. I don't know what happened. This is kind of terrible. Why they do that? All right, whatever. I'll figure it out. Let's do that. Add my guys. Boom, boom. Hey, what's happening, fellas? There we go.
What up? What up?
Always
what's good. What's going down?
Let's go, baby. Always good to see you guys. I hope you're doing well. I hope your Saturday is treating you well. And I hope life is treating you well on the whole, man. Because, you know, listen, we got to get through it. Every day is a new day. And just hopefully we're all healthy enough to enjoy it.
Well,
yeah, it's, man. Another day, you know what I mean? I joke with my grandkids, like, you know, I'm that, you know, say stupid joke grandfather and stuff. And I say, you know, I'm closer to the dirt than I am alive, you know. So you know what I mean? I say stupid stuff. They be, oh, whatever, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? But you know, I'm glad to be here with you guys today and enjoy what we're gonna talk about. Something that I love to talk about, New York Knicks. Let's
go. Let's go. Appreciate you, Shy, as always. And you, Jay, what's going on, brother?
Well, oh, let me recorrect. I believe it's 15 years out of 5 year,
Oh, okay. All
but
right.
neither here nor there. Blessed to be alive. Every time I put my feet on the floor, I remember that many times I wasn't. I don't like to use I wasn't supposed to. I may not have made it.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Right. So I'm grateful to be alive always. I'm always grateful to be on the show. Um, you're the gracious host that always allows people to get it no matter what. And I love to talk about my favorite things, which my Knicks, my Mets, whatever it might be. Love to talk about it. So I'm blessed to be alive. Let's get to it.
I'm with you.
And how about you, Ron? How you
man.
doing?
Listen, I can't complain. I'm here. Every day is a new day. I'm just hoping for to make some interesting decisions to help better my life my life, my family's life. So that's what I'm looking towards now. Now I'm like, oh, okay, what can I do new
You brought up something that me too.
Just interject real quick, man. I enjoy your new skits that you have, the walk and talk with you and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I try to catch as many as I can. I really enjoy those things, you know what I mean? Because it be stuff that you just be thinking about that you just want to say it. And it sounded so good as you go day by day. So it's intriguing. Anyway, my bad. I plugged you a little bit too. So whatever that means.
Man, I appreciate that. Listen, I just it's just all about just doing something to help myself. I'm gonna be walking anyway, right? And I gotta do something because I realize I am you guys take this stuff for granted. I mean, we take it for granted. Like I used to play basketball all the time, and I'm like, I'm not active. This is no bueno. I gotta do better.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I have a huge barbecue coming up, and a big part of it is basketball, and I used to play every year. And I like go over there to the DJ booth now only, just so they don't see me and say, "Come on, what are you doing?" What I'm doing, I'm about to be 50. That's what I'm doing.
Hey, okay, that's good to know. Shout out to Bodega. Purple potatoes cure colon cancer. Hey, listen, I don't really think I get a lot of purple potatoes in my diet. So yeah, I'm with that. That's cool. I like it. Anything that can help. Appreciate that, Bodega. I can't, bro. I can't, JJ. You can see. I know you're gonna see me. Look. It's not my fault that the NFL decided to play the Giants at 1 p.m. on a Saturday in 80-degree weather. I don't know what they're doing. I can't stop, okay? All right.
Yeah, really, 1 o'clock. And I'm thinking about that, what you said with the Knicks, and then I was thinking about what they said about the West. And I would be opening up a card, and my phone would be opened up to the Knicks right inside the card. I'd be like, all right. Oh, that's so nice. Yes. Yes. Oh, beautiful.
That's a smart way to do it, Jay. I like that.
No.
Shout out to my guy Sam Grandy Man in the building. What up, Anderson?
Hey, we here, guys. How y'all doing?
Chilling, brother. How's everything? How's life treating you, my guy?
Hey, we good. I got a flight in about a couple weeks. Start work top of September, so it's been busy, man. So I'm off cam right now, but once I get my setup in my new spot, y'all will see some better background out of me. But I'm blessed, man.
All right, I like to hear that, Sam. That's great. So wait, what state, what area are you going to be in?
I'm still going to be headed back to Wisconsin, but I could practice out of there in Illinois for the next few years, and then I'm probably going to relocate to Illinois permanently. But yeah, I'm licensed to practice in both of those states. I'm doing mainly corporate attorney work, so like collections, creditors' rights, things of that nature.
Yes, indeedy.
Okay, baby.
You getting a
That is great to hear.
Let's go.
Yes,
I love to hear that stuff, man.
That's trying to be great, man. Y'all know how it is. I don't like to toot my horn. I'm just a regular guy here.
Yeah, that's one of
our
that
horn, brother, man. You can bless
it. You supposed to. I ain't mad at you. You didn't have to toot it. It toots for itself.
Yeah, even better said.
You know what I mean?
Better
Too
said.
swift. So
Hey,
Yeah,
Unc, I wish I could have been blessed with the height. I could have been like my guy Andrew, getting paid $100 million.
There you go, brother. I need a soundbite, man. Don't worry, I'm gonna have one next time. And where we made it, I'm gonna have one. Don't worry. Yeah, but no, that's good, bro. And not for nothing, Russell Wilson is starting to move this ball down the field here. Let's go, Russell.
I'm
I like
watching
it.
it. They're looking good right now.
Hey, listen, what a difference it makes when you got a quarterback that is confident in his ability. No,
don't get me started on this.
not a
And
shot.
you see, Unc, they're going against the first team defense for the Bills, so this is not like they're playing scrubs right now.
I know. I see it. And I do want to say that, look, I was a big fan of Daniel Jones because I like the underdog, and I feel like the Giants didn't do him a lot of favors with that terrible offensive line. But I also have to admit, at the end of that last year that he was with us, I started to see that he was regressing. So it is what it is. We
got hit too much. I mean, he got hit too much. And to begin with, and this is all I'm going to say on this. Well, I can't promise that, but I'm going to say this because I don't want to be a liar. He was above average. I think they wanted him to be old boy from the Bills, and he wasn't spectacular, but he had a good tool set. He big guy, could run, the size of a tight end, go through the ball, whatever. But to let go of your franchise running back because you want to see this guy evolve, and then to only cut him just destroyed me. It destroyed me, and I told you this story. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to get my new background too, but I'm going to keep this kitchen skin until then. What I was going to say is, I told you the story. My dog's name is Barkley.
Mm-hmm.
So now my dog is just named Dog. That's right. I'm like, dog, come here, dog. Hey, dog. I'm not joking. I mean, I'm not even joking. It's very serious.
Nah, one of my uncles literally does the same thing, Jay. He calls his dog Dog.
That's it.
Hey,
He's just dog now. He's my dog.
I mean, listen, it makes sense.
Right. Where's my dog's at? There, he's right there. All right, good.
Yeah. Shoot, I was going to say something. What was it? I just lost it. It's okay. It'll come back to me. But it happens. Shout out to Carlos Tejada. He asked a question, said, what do you think our closing lineup will be? Oh, interesting. What do you guys think? What do you think, Shah? What do you think the fourth quarter lineup would be for the Knicks when it's all on the line and we need our guys out there?
In my opinion, it depends on what we need. We have a very versed lineup that we could come out with at any given night. If we need defense, if there is a way, I mean, not that I'm allocating for it, but if we do get Simmons, if you're looking for defense, you could put a Simmons, Deuce, Mikal, OG, Yabusele out there, or Mitchell Robinson out there, something like that. If you're looking for defense, if you're looking for running, you could put Clarkson out there with Simmons, with OG or Mikal with the wings and stuff like that. There's a whole lot of ways that you can formulate how you can run this team. So every given night, I think it's going to be a different way they close out. But the majority of the stitch is going to be the top 7 or 8 guys and stuff like that with 2 or 3 fill-ins. He might run up until a 9-man to a 10-man rotation, something like that. We got 10 men that we run, and if we get Ben Simmons, best you believe that it's going to be a 10-man rotation, or if it's 9-man, Yabusele is going to suffer, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, not Yabusele, I'm sorry, Hucker Purdy. Purdy will suffer. Hucker Purdy will suffer. You know what I mean? I say suffer, but he'll be the 11th man. He'll end up getting out of the rotation.
Yeah, like so, out. I got
right. You know what I mean? So he would be out. I think if they get Simmons, I think Simmons. In my opinion, they start him. And I mean, who else is going to start in the starting lineup? I think the guy could get you 20-some minutes, but that's my opinion. I mean, but I think it'll be a different lineup closing the night out every given night. If it's a standard lineup, it'll probably be the standard guys of In my opinion, the starting lineup will probably be ending the game. And my starting lineup is Cat, OG, Mikal Bridges, uh, uh, Ben Simmons, and Jalen Brunson.
Mm.
You know what I mean? That's my five right there. So if you're talking about the starting lineup to finish the game out, that's my starting lineup.
Interesting.
What you think, bro?
My answer would be that it's got to be depending on who we play, right? And
Yeah,
and
I
we
believe that.
can't be. And now that we have the luxury, and it is a luxury, if you just think back a few months back, to have the luxury of changing and interchanging people, that's amazing. I mean, it's a great feeling, but it's definitely about who we're going to play. And you know what? I'm going to be very honest about this, right? You got to sell me on Ben Simmons still. You know, I do understand, you know, the could be's, right? I do understand. I've been understanding that for a very long time, the could be's with him. You know, the man made, I think he made 3 first team defensive player, right? First team defensive team,
Mm-hmm.
3 times. But he is,
And 3-time All-Star.
and a 3-time also, right? So I mean, he has accolades, right? But it's been a while, and he's gone through a bevy of things. And I think that what people really need to understand is physical injuries comparable to mental deficiencies, or whatever you may call it at that moment, mental issues are different. And if he's, let's say, on the right medication, or he's now getting the right things going, then, and he's in great shape, then he's a great guy to pick up. But at the numbers that we see, the numbers that he has right now, for me, I'm very hesitant. I'm very hesitant. I don't think that, especially in New York, I know he did Brooklyn, but in the Mecca, you know, I don't know where he would be with that, and I want to see, you know. But also, who else is there really to throw in there? I know there's a handful of people's name. I think, but Brogdon is still out there or whoever, but I still need to be sold on that. I'm not sold on them. So
That's fair. Yeah. Okay. I'm with you on that. What about
Only
you?
quick
Yeah,
rebuttal. Only quick rebuttal. Not really a rebuttal, but it's not us. Remember that too. It's the Knicks. The Knicks is what from what I see. They're waiting for Ben Simmons, and before they make their final choice, I think they're stuck on Ben Simmons because of what Brown likes in Ben Simmons. There was some allegations that they was trying to get him there when he was in Sacramento, and that yada yada yada. Whatever I seen in the news, I think I seen something like that, if I'm not mistaken. So
no, I read it.
yeah, so if they could get him here, I think he'll fit the scheme that what he wants to do, run, push the pace, and do the things that he think. And this is Ben Simmons' final hurrah. This is it. This is Ben Simmons that got that big contract in his rookie year, $3,000 million, $4 billion that rookie year, and now he's I don't want to say struggling but he's on a $2 million contract that he's waiting to start this year with. You know what I mean? That's what it is. So if he could come here with what I hope he could come here with is that he's not going to be here next year because he's going to play so well that he's going to play himself out of New York unless the Knicks win this championships and they just go fully wholeheartedly into the second apron next year and sign everybody back with a fat contract for 1 year or something like that. I don't know. But you know, I think if he really wants to reinvent his year and get another double-digit payout for another 2 or 3 years, he's only 29 years old. And I mean, if he wants another 2, 3 years or 5 years of basketball till he's 30-some years old, this is the best team to come to for him, in my opinion.
And that's the funny thing, you know, when you think of Ben Simmons, he's 29. I think he's 36. Like in my head, he's been around forever.
Yeah.
And but it's tough, man. You know, I get it. And I read the same thing, Shah. I know that they're at them, but that was the question was the opinion that what we think and who's going to finish it out and all that. For now, it's dependent. My answer is I can't change it. It's depending on who we're playing. Playing fast, it's obviously, Cat at the top, the captain at the bottom. We gotta put Bridges in there, maybe. Definitely OG. Who knows? Maybe Clarkson. Who knows is gonna be in there at that time, depending on what you need. It really depends on what you need at that moment. So.
I hear you. I hear you. Before I get over to Sam, I'm just going to say, guys, listen. My eyes are going crazy right now. You see my eyes like this. The Giant defense is flying right now. I'm like, woo. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Sam, your thoughts, brother. Who do you think the closing lineup might be for the Knicks? How do you feel about
before I go, I'm watching the Saints. They're lighting him up right now. I mean,
I know. They got a little bit off, but I like the way they're moving.
I think for me, it's going to be dependent on, like you said, some variables as the other guys have stated. But I think as far as we know for certain, I mean, you got Brunson. I think you have to close with Bridges and OG as well. Cat. The other two interchangeables for me are just going to be the shooting guard and power forward position or center position, I guess. Because like you guys said, I mean, you could pretty much plug in anybody. We don't really know who the shooting guard is going to be. I guess we can assume it's going to be Josh Hart to start the season. But, I mean, that could definitely change depending on what they want with the rotation. Clarkson is a guy who has started in the league, but I'm sure he'd probably want to come off the bench. He'd have more of a freedom. But like we said, we don't really know the offense that's going to be run under this coach per se with this roster. So with that being said, I think I'm probably going to go with Brunson, Bridges, OG, Cat, and then potentially Mitch, but I think that could all be interchanged based off of the variables I provided. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's interesting that we have so many guys that we can plug in. I mean, it was a couple years ago where we had Ron Baker at one point. So I mean, I'm appreciative of what we got now.
Ron Baker, oh my God, we had last year's bench. Just think about that for a few minutes. But yeah, we had worse benches than even last year. But I'm just saying, comparable to last year, much different feeling, just for 1 year.
Because I mean, you could even argue, hey, I could go. It's crazy. There's so many ways you could move this roster, but even to close the game, depending on what you need, like you guys said, I could even see the Knicks potentially doing a Cat and Yabusele pairing as well down low. Like, not saying that that's high on the board, but that's definitely possible because that spreads the whole floor out for Brunson. Like, there's not anybody that could be left open versus having Mitch out there.
Yeah, I think even outside of just the closing lineup in this this conversation we're having about it, I think in general this is how the Knicks should play it. I talked a little bit about it last night on the Objective Knicks Fans show with Karan. I called in and we were talking about the same thing. I really think that the Knicks should just look at that fifth spot as situational, depending on who you're playing, what the matchups are. You switch it out to what makes sense. You're going to go with the core four most of the time anyway. Cat, Brunson, McCall, and OG are going to be out there most of the time when you need them to be in, like when you need those guys to be out there. It's all about who's that fifth person. So I think you just kind of look and see what happens. And I like the fact that I'm not speaking for someone when I don't know. We haven't seen Mike Brown coach the Knicks yet, but from what he's done in the past, he is the type to make changes in game. Right. If I see something that's not working right and we're getting killed on it for a quarter or something, I'm going to make a change. I like that. If we go out there and say we start Deuce, for example, and we play a team, I don't know, like Orlando, whatever, and Orlando is killing us because of their height. Like Deuce is playing good, but he can't really make enough of a dent in stopping guys' shots. They're switching a lot, and it's always big matchups for them against Deuce and Brunson. He says, okay, I tried that for this part of the game. I'm switching. Now I'm going this way. We're going bigger. Now let's see what they do. I like that. I like a coach who's able to say, I'm going to try something different. Not that I'm going to stick with the same thing just because I believe in my guys and I think they'll figure it out. No, we are trying to win a championship. Forget trying to figure it out. Let's do what's right and give us the best chance to win the basketball. I mean, that's how I feel. We should have the best chance to win the game. But whatever, we'll see.
And not only that, but you got a coach coming in who knows that, right, and is going to implement that, and also knows that I know everything you just said sound like a knock on Tibbs because it is, because he didn't do that, but we really didn't have a lot of parts to move around. However, because we have went a step up each year, that's a lot on Brown's back now to say, all right, we got to keep climbing. And in order to do that, I got to be open-minded. Okay, I need this guy. Who matches good? And I bet you they're going to get in there, and especially with all the stuff they have now, the iPads, this, that, the third. What do they got? This guy got this, and this guy got that. I'm telling you right now, and I see Yabusele playing a major part in a lot of finishing. A lot of two big men out there. Maybe OG at the 3. Now you got nice size across the board. I like that. I think that there's a move to be made for sure. I'm not quite sure, and maybe you can answer this, how much we have left and I don't know if you were going to do this later, the deal, taking less, like what can we go and get and what's available to go and get. And if you don't want to get to that now, that's fine. But I think to know that, then also we could figure, I would think about who would also fit into those scenarios. You know what I'm saying?
So right now, we don't really have much. We've got less than 5 million, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know the exact number. Last time I looked at it, that's what I believe I saw, which it would be the veterans minimum contract as well as
the rookie.
Yeah. And so all we really know is that's what we can expect. We have the rookie, we've got the veterans minimum, and we already know that the signing of Mikal Bridges will force us into the second apron next year. It's guaranteed. We're in it next year. Right now we're still out of it, but next year we're in it, unless something changes, but that's what it is. So yeah, that's where we're at. So I mean, could they still make a trade? Yeah, they could always figure out a way. They've got contract. The good thing about the Knicks is they put themselves in position where they have good contracts to move. Even signing Mikal, that's a good contract to move, depending on who you're going after. And you have other guys who have very favorable contracts.
Yep.
That you can add to the contract to make up for whatever difference in money there is. You still got Deuce's deal. You still got like even Kolik's deal, for example. You still got little things that you can add to something to make a move. So we'll see. It's still all up in the air. So we'll see. I think that this first half of the season is going to be very important to tell what this Knicks team has, what we're going to possibly be. And if they don't like what they see, by the time we get to trading deadline, they may make a big move.
Ron, I think too, last time I joined, it's been a minute, so I don't think Mikal had signed the extension yet, but I noted that there was 2 extensions that we were going to get for the season. So I guess Cat is the next up. We'll see if and when he decides to sign that, we might get some more money from available once Cat signs that.
So and the funny thing is, David Smith ain't gonna like this. The funny thing is, the people making a big deal about Mikal and the Mikal extension, but Mikal's extension is still a favorable contract. Mikal is making what a guy of his stature would make. And people around the league expect a guy who plays on both sides of the ball. Forget his inconsistency. What he does warrants that level of money. So that's no crazy thing. The Knicks didn't do anything to hurt themselves. Where you run into an issue is the Cat contract. People already think Cat is making. I know Cat is an all-star. He puts up all. People already think Cat is making a lot of money, and an extension means he's going to be making more money. So that is a contract that right now could become a problem. That might be a hard one to move. You guys might say, well, Cat's an all-star, all this stuff. Listen, we know how good Cat is, but I don't like to say this stuff because then people look at it the wrong way and they take what I'm saying and use it against me and against the Knicks.
Say what you say, brother.
Cat hasn't proven that he's a winner yet. So he's making a lot of money, but he plays one side of the basketball and he hasn't proven that he's a winner yet. So that contract is very big for another team to take on. That's what I want to say. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
We'll see. You know, when the Knicks decide to do that, like I said, if and when, because I mean, it doesn't have to be done.
No, it doesn't.
The Mikal thing didn't either. So.
Yeah, but it looks like he's the next domino to fall, and it's probably going to happen, especially if the Knicks are successful. If they're having a good season, they're going to feel more inclined to reward Cat for what he's doing and keep him happy, so they can continue to get the best out of him. But I'm just saying, like, that contract could be a big problem for the Knicks down the line.
I agree with you because, I mean, like, in a sense, I think they don't want to wait it out too long because then you're going to deal with an unhappy player. But, I mean, I think from both sides, there's going to be some compromise where they want to kind of see what he's able to provide for us again this season. Granted, the landscape of the Eastern Conference now, it should be a little bit easier for us to make it to where we want to go, which is the finals. I really think we should have made it last year. So, I mean, I could see the front office wanting that out of Cat to prove some things, but I think we're going to probably see that extension, though. I just don't know when for sure.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good point. So we talked about the fact that the Knicks are hiring. It hasn't been official yet, but they are hiring Chris Jent. And I'll be honest, I wanted to put up well, you know, give me a second. I'll put up a picture of him so we know who we're talking about. Some people may not know what he looks like. Okay. But I can't really put up. I find it very difficult when I'm looking for information about these assistant coaches to find a lot of information the way I would for head coaches and be able to put a graphic of it. So I will talk a little bit about them, but I can't do that for these assistant coaches. There's just not enough teeth for me to give you guys the information that we're all craving. So I apologize about it. It's not for lack of trying. I was looking all last night. I was like, can I get some information on Chris Jent? Can I get some information on Brendan O'Connor? Like, I'm trying to get what these guys are good at, what they like to practice, what's their sets. I can't get it. Maybe I'm looking in the wrong places. Maybe I need to subscribe to some coaching site that requires money that I don't know
Everything
about.
costs money now, bro.
Probably true, brother. I just don't know about it. I'm informed right now. So, but you know, as we grow, maybe I'll learn more. All right. So, but before we get to that, let me ask you guys how you feel about this. I don't know how you feel about it. I don't want to be the only one. I'm just done with the freaking Ben Simmons stuff. Just let's make a decision, bro. What are we doing? Now we know that the Knicks might be the front runners to acquire your talents. Can you just make a decision? What do we wait? If you don't want to come to New York because you're scared, just say you're scared. No, I'm saying he ain't gonna do that. But just don't. All right, let's move on. I just make a deal. Listen, we're getting solidified. We're getting our defensive coach locked down. We're getting the offensive coach locked down as well as he's the associate. So you know he's the second in command. All right, let's go, baby. Ben Simmons, let's make it happen. Listen, come to New York. You can start to eat for free at places. You know, get some ice cream. But what's your thoughts, guys? How do you feel about the Ben Simmons thing? Am I the only one that just wants this to be over with? I don't know what's going on here. Jay, what's your thoughts?
Okay, I'm gonna say this. In a perfect world, with the man's skills set, he would be a great pickup here. He's tall, right? Stretch. Supposedly a point guard. He could play bigger. But I am definitely like sitting and waiting to find out, pick somebody. Like, pick somebody. If it's not going to be Simmons, pick somebody. That's what I meant when I said I can't really know who's going to finish out what or where they're going to do that unless I know who they're going to go get. I personally would like another center of sort. Now, this man is 7 feet tall, right? And a defender. So that's another 7-footer who could be in there to play some defense. But he has had the opportunity, and his numbers for that aren't that high. So I'm in the same boat as you. I would like to get it over. I would really like to get it over and see it to start. I want the parts to be there so we know what we're working with, and so we can get started and then start fixing it all together and see not only where the starting unit is, because we don't know that even yet. We're one person missing on that still. And I don't think it's going to be Hart. I think Hart said last year, more than one occasion, he started off the year by saying he wanted to stay on the bench. So I don't know. I don't know, but maybe it's going to be Hart due to the fact that he played that already and that we're going to need a PG coming off the bench, and that is most likely going to be Deuce. I don't think it's going to be Kolek off the bench, number 2. So, I mean, I don't know, man. Get this guy or don't get this guy, but get somebody and get it done. That's my answer for that. And the Giants defense looks good. That's it.
It definitely is looking good.
Yeah, they look good.
Going. And before I get to the next person with their thoughts on Ben Simmons, just want to say, because you know what's going to happen, no matter what happens in this Giant game, Jackson Dart had his first series. The last play of the series before we punted, he threw a pass behind the tight end. And there's going to be people saying, oh, you see, he's not the answer from one play in the preseason, one pass that didn't go right. And they're going to be looking at Shedeur Sanders and say, you know what? Giants messed up. They should have asked Shedeur. Listen, too many variables, guys. I just want to.
Would it really have mattered anyway? Because we already know that the Giants are playing Russ regardless.
Exactly. It doesn't matter because Shedeur would not be starting here either. Russell Wilson is going to be the quarterback. And so to talk about stuff that doesn't matter at this moment is ridiculous. Secondly, last time I checked, the Giants are playing the Buffalo Bills in their preseason game. And who is Cleveland playing? That doesn't matter. It doesn't match up the same. Even first units, like we're not the same teams here. So that being said, I also want to say one more thing. Bottom line is Shedeur Sanders. The Giants wanted Shedeur Sanders. They rolled out the red carpet for him quietly behind closed doors. They did everything. They had him working out in the street, throwing passes with neighbors. The Giants wanted Shedeur Sanders. Even to some people, like why some people were confused at that time, thinking that maybe they should be looking at someone else. But they wanted Shedeur Sanders. They tried everything to do what they could do to make him a part of the team. And his last assignment, he was given the playbook. He didn't do the studying that he was supposed to do. Maybe he did it on purpose. Maybe at that time he started to feel like maybe I don't want to be with the Giants. I don't know. But he didn't take it seriously. The Giants had every right to say, you know what? We want you here, but if you don't want to take us seriously as an organization, we got to do the right thing and say, listen, you're not the fit for us. It would be ridiculous for the Giants to look at that as a slap in the face and then say, hey, he's our guy. No, you got to do the right thing. You got to have somebody that respects what you're trying to do. If you're the coach and you tell this player, this is what I need you to do, this is what, and you come in and you bomb it because you don't take it seriously, they have to move on. I would hope that my team would move on from a guy like that because my team is supposed to be a good organization that has standards. I don't care if he's a good player. You got to move on. And yes, will Shedeur Sanders probably wind up being a good NFL quarterback? He probably will. But hey, there's a lot of NFL quarterbacks that are good. Not everybody can play for each team, you know. So you're going to lose out on guys. But I think Jackson Dart is going to be fine eventually. So I just wanted to say that because I know some Giant fans are going to look at this and say, "Oh man, look at what we did." Don't do that. Don't look at it like that. Understand that no team in the NFL can look at Shedeur Sanders the same way the Giants did. The Giants were all in on Shedeur, and Shedeur did what he did to upset the Giants and make them make a decision. No other team can say that. So other teams that passed on him don't have the same reason to pass on him. We had a reason. Anyway, I'm moving on. Sorry.
He also said a few things about wanting to be in certain places, and then, and also think about this. When you have Dart doing his thing behind Russ, who's been playing for a long time, good guy, would teach him things, help him think, whatever. Think about would Sanders be okay with not starting, or not being standing there on the sideline and being taught as much? I think it's a different. I think they put some variables in it, but you're right. They did roll out that red. It was kind of quiet, but they did do all that. I think this young man is going to be eventually a good quarterback, like a good NFL quarterback. And I like our quarterback core right now. So,
I think it happens, right?
For the Knicks.
it happens. I mean, Shedeur, we know what he did in college. The potential is definitely there. But I mean, teams make their decisions for why they make them. We can't be upset with that. And I for one, never put that much stock into preseason anyway. So I don't care if Dart had 130 yards. I wouldn't say Dart is the next coming to Josh Allen off of one game. So I mean, props to Shedeur. I'm excited for him, happy for him, because I mean he was written off by, like you said, around all the other teams. They let him fall that far in the draft. I don't know if it's politics or whatever. So, I mean, I'm rooting for anybody who makes it to the NFL because that's already hard enough. I root for all of their success, regardless of who they are. So, I mean, I think both guys have a promising future. It's going to be interesting, though, because like you said, Jay, it's two different dynamics. And Shedeur is fighting more of an uphill battle because he's listed as QB4, where Dart is not. So, Dart is at least a depth chart slot higher than Sanders is. Right. But, I mean, we'll just see how it goes. I mean, it's preseason. I as fans, I wouldn't expect much, to be honest with you.
Sam, I'm with you. And one thing I'm going to say 100% is I loathe preseason, especially football. I despise it because it scares the living you-know-what out of me. One wrong move in the preseason, knock on wood, knock on anything, whatever. You're right. You could throw out 300 yards in the first quarter. It don't matter. So this is preseason, one bad play. You won't hear that about other people. You're going to hear that about the top few people who got picked. But you know what? Neither one of them are going to play shooting guard on the Knicks. But I'm pulling for.
Yep. And just want to say the Giants, Dart just threw a almost interception, but the pass was tipped in the air, not necessarily his fault. Good play by their I don't know what position this defensive lineman plays for.
Like a linebacker.
Yeah, maybe it was a linebacker. But I want to say, I know, guys, I apologize, but the Giant football has got me. I'm caught. It's got me. Oh,
baby! Yeah.
Oh man!
I'll let you do that one by yourself, brother.
Let's go.
You do that by yourself, yeah.
See, that's what I was saying. When it comes to preseason, you've got to really respect both of these guys. I mean, they're just trying to prove themselves. So I mean, regardless if they make some mistakes, they're trying to be great.
Exactly. Like you can't look at everything. Dart. I'm not going to do the whole because he's a Giant. I like Dart. Dart's got a strong arm. No matter if he was playing with the Giants or wherever he is, he got a strong arm and he throws a good pass. But shout out to 81. I don't know his name yet. I can't really see it. Whoever caught that. But I wanted to say something real quick before we move on. The number 80 number 80, who's wearing Victor Cruz's number, and I forgot his name. He's trying to make the team, and they were talking about him because he's been playing very well in practice. He just made a play before that looked really good, and I like that because you know what? If you're trying to make the team and people are starting to talk about you, keep playing well, man. Keep going out there and doing what you got to do to see if you can get on this team. So shout out to number 80. I'm going to get his name before we continue.
It happened to Victor Cruz.
Yeah, you know, look at Victor Cruz.
That's
came
exactly
out
how
of nowhere.
Victor Cruz got in.
Last thing too, before we shift to the Simmons talk.
Back.
I'm sorry, Parrish. All right, you know what? I will stop for your sake and other people who might be doing that. I ain't gonna ruin it for you. I mean, it is preseason. Come on, man. But I won't ruin it for you, brother. My fault, my guy. I'm sorry. Okay,
I'm gonna say one last thing though. I'm not gonna say about the game. He's got a great name for media.
Yes.
That last name for a QB.
Yeah, that's a great name.
He just threw it dart.
That's true. That's true.
So.
My fault, Parrish Duggar. So nothing happened. He did not throw a touchdown to number 81. Nothing happened. I'm just messing with you.
It wasn't a really beautiful, beautiful pass.
That's it. You will not hear nothing else from me. I'm done. Oh, shout out to JJ. Thank you. Montrell Washington. Yes, they're talking a lot about this young kid. He might get a chance. And, that's what you need when you're trying to have a good NFL team. You need somebody that works harder than other people. And when they get on the field or the court, they do what needs to do to take the team to the next level. It's somebody you don't expect. And the reason why I keep bringing this up, you guys know that I'm a content creator. Everything leads to something else. That is what the Knicks need. That's what they're hoping from Ben Simmons. That's what we're hoping from McCullers or from Daddy A or even a Kolick. We need somebody to step up that we weren't necessarily counting on. That's what will take this Knicks team from a good team to a great team, because that's somebody that comes out and plays hard that you weren't expecting. You already know what you're going to get from these guys. When you get that from this guy who's the unknown that you weren't expecting, that takes you to the next level. That's what the Knicks need. 100%. Knicks need somebody to step up. We'll see what happens. Sam, I didn't get your thoughts on Ben Simmons. Are you done with this saga or what?
For me, I mean, I wasn't putting much stock in it to begin with, if I'm being honest. I think it's intriguing the things he could bring to the roster. I think we touched on it in previous shows about like the ball handling, the playmaking ability out of him, and just the defense primarily. So I mean, all that's interesting. But I mean, at this point, just fill the roster spot. I mean, let's see what the team's going to be looking like at this point. But I'm glad that they're not just rushing it and signing a bomb, though. So I mean, at least that shows you that they're actually trying to, really fill out the roster in totality. I mean, we did sign Diarra, which was also a great signing after his summer league performance. So I'm glad they got that out the way as well. So we'll just see how it goes.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I agree. Okay, so let's talk about this guy right now, because and once again, shout out to Sam, man.
Another one.
We got one, yo. We got one. He's a law professional. We got one. Okay. Let me see here. Where do I have this? Here we go. Right here. Okay. So, like I said, unfortunately, guys, we can just talk about, what it is that we do know. We don't have a lot to go on. But Chris Jent, let me move this too. You guys already know to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Appreciate you. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in across X and YouTube and Facebook. Shout out to my brother Noel Perez in the building. Appreciate you for the like on Facebook. Thanks, my guy. Those who are watching on X, please share out with your peoples. Let them know we're rocking. And for those on YouTube, please hit that like button. Thank you. So, Gent's basketball resume spans nearly 2 decades as an NBA assistant, which stops in Cleveland, Charlotte, Philadelphia, Orlando, Sacramento, Atlanta, and Los Angeles. He even took on the challenge of interim head coach for the Magic in 2004 to 2005, finishing 5-13. Now, when you take on the role as an interim head coach, you realize you just jump in and coach whatever team is in front of you. You do not have the luxury of an off season. You do not have the ability to make big changes in what the team does. All you can really do is kind of go with whatever the scheme was that the head coach did to keep things in order, because you don't have time to switch up. So that 5-13 is a fugazi thing. Interim head coaches, nobody looks at that. That's not your fault. So before making a name for himself on the sidelines, he earned the championship ring as a player with Houston in 1994. The whole thing that I want to say is Cleveland, Charlotte, Philadelphia, Orlando, Sacramento, Atlanta, Los Angeles. It's up for debate, but out of all of those teams, his best team that he's going to be a part of might be this New York Knicks team. Okay. So he's already working with something very, very good. And so you can't knock what could be a very successful transition with the Knicks until we see what happens. So I just want to put that out there once again. Give the guy a shot. And we already talked about assistant coaches is different from head coaches. They get fired all the time, even when they're doing a good job. Just throwing that out there. Anyway, what's your thoughts on Chris Jent, coming over and being the associate head coach as well as the offensive coordinator? Shah, what's your thoughts on him?
Not much knowing. I haven't really done much research on him. I've heard his name before. He seems like he's been around for a little while. I think he's more of an offensive minded coach. So, let's see what happens. He's going to be the right hand to Brown. So he must be what Brown really wanted. I believe this is a Brown pick. So if that's what he wanted, he got it. So I'm down for it. I'll see exactly what he has in store for us the first 20 games of the season.
Right. And shout out to MSN Frederick Okocha, Last Word on Sports, for giving us that article about Chris Jent. There's more to it, but it really kind of talked a little bit more about the Knicks and on the whole and what they're trying to do and the long coaching journey and the other coaches like Prigioni and stuff that we didn't have a chance to make a move on. So I didn't want to put all that out there. This doesn't really make sense. It's not talking about Chris Jent so much. Give me 1 second because my light just went out. Hold on. I got it. There we go. Okay. So what's your thoughts, Jay? How do you feel about Chris Jent? I know it's tough to really talk about this guy without knowing what the X's and O's are, what he's really going to bring. But no, it's still very early and preliminary. We're not going to know any of this until they get to go and they start working.
Facts.
Well, yeah, fresh baldy.
That he does.
He looked a little bit like a few other coaches. He was on the 94 Rockets, which makes me mad. I don't know. The truth is that you said it best earlier. Like, it's to do the research on people. I really have to go deep dive and see what he brings, what he has already brought to his highlights. The best version of what he is. And if he's going to be the right hand man to the coach, the top assistant coach, then I'm going to be a Knicks fan and just say that I'm going to trust that my coach and the front office know what they're doing. And leave it in their hands, because for me, I know he didn't want to, but Pablo Prigioni would have been a better choice for me for a lot of reasons. But I don't know enough about him, so I'm gonna leave it there.
Yeah. No, that's fine. What's your thoughts, Sam?
Just I guess off the rip, I watched the summer league briefly, but I know he did win the championship with the Hornets. So they actually just coached them to undefeated summer league season. Outside of that, I don't really pay too much attention to assistant coaches around the league. I mean, we all know from his history, he's been under Mike Brown before, so this is not like this is their first pairing. So we don't have to worry about will they work as a pair. He's already worked under Mike Brown in Cleveland, I believe, back in the day with LeBron James. So I mean, it'll be interesting as a fit. I'm pretty much open-minded when it comes to the assistant coaches. I know too, Jay, you were mentioning Pablo. As far as that goes, I mean, he was just not going to leave due to him wanting to keep his family in Minnesota, is what the reports were saying from the news out that way. I never really saw him leaving anyway. That's also a very good situation. So I mean, he would just have to have wanted to move his family, relocate. So that wasn't the case. So he decided to stay in Minnesota.
Yeah, he said he felt very settled in, and you're right. It's a good situation too. Team is good.
I don't know about you guys, but that was one of my favorite players, at least when he was on the team.
I was saying last time.
Yeah,
I was saying last time to Ron that he was like, you always want in a PG, like a true PG, a floor general, right? A guy who speaks out, knows where people should be, moves people. He would grab people and move people. He was an extension of the coach on the floor. He didn't necessarily have the all-star, foundation type of skills, but he was a definitely smart basketball player. So yeah, I liked him too a
lot. Right. Listen, if D-Rex is trying to get into the panel, the link has been out there. This is the third time I'm putting the link out there, so I don't know what to say. The link is there. Wolverine, if you'd like to come on the panel, I'd love to go back and forth and have this talk with you on the panel. But I mean, all I can tell you is I'm not promoting anybody. I am a content creator who is a Knicks fan who is looking at this as a positive situation. We've got new coach coming into the team that we have not seen be a coach for the Knicks. We've got to give these guys an opportunity and a chance to see what they can do. As you guys know, one of the things that we've talked about as being Knicks fans for many years, even prior to Tibbs, we're like, why don't we have an offensive coach or a defensive coach? If we hire a defensive coach, if Mike Woodson is here, why don't we bring in an offensive coach? If Mike D'Antoni is here, why don't we bring in a defensive coach? We've never done this. This is the first time we're doing it. So, can we give it a shot and see how it works before we say it's not going to be good? This and all the time that I've been watching the Knicks, unless I was young and didn't understand what they were doing, this is the first time I've seen them doing it in this way and announcing it. It might have been happening behind the scenes and then we just didn't know about it, but this is the first time I'm seeing them do this. So let's give it a shot. Let's see what happens. It can't be, a negative until we find out it's a negative. So let's see. And the whole thing about assistant coaches getting fired and all this stuff. How many times do top assistants get fired? Not too much, right? But how many times do low-level assistants who aren't even necessarily on the first? Something came out recently in which the Knicks media was talking about how guys are going to be on the head bench, the first bench, right? Those are the coaches that we see. Those are the faces of the team. Those are the guys who are the movers and shakers that make moves. Does anybody care about the guys that are sitting behind? How do we know how many times Chris Jent in his assistant coaching time has been in the first seats as opposed to the back seats. We don't know any of that. You get fired because you get fired no matter what the situation is, whether you're good or not. We don't know all the particulars of what's going on. So we can't judge it until we know all of that. And I don't know how we can possibly know all of that. We don't know the reasons why coaches get fired.
And the whole team goes.
Right. Look at what happened. Look at what happened with Memphis. And I see you, D-Rex. I'm about to bring you up. Look what happened with Memphis. They forced this guy to fire his coaches and bring in his eventual replacement because they said, what did the assistant coach do? Nothing wrong.
Nasty work. That was nasty work.
Come on.
Man, I would have told them all the wrong answers. Look, you need to play him with him and him with him.
I'm just saying, the assistant coach carousel is a much bigger thing than you know about. I can't get into that, bro. When you say Mike Brown got fired all these times, all right, I listen to you. I rock with it. Yeah, you're right. It's true. That's a head coach thing or, all right. But when we talk about assistant coaches, they get fired all the time. The only reason why we're even paying attention to this is that we've been looking for it. We've been with Tibbs for the last 5 years, so we haven't had to worry about this. Now we got to worry about all these different coaches. Come on, man. I hear you though, but let's give the assistant coaches a little bit more grace.
For me, it's like we acting like the dude's Fizdale. I'm gonna give him some grace because I don't know what he's gonna do under Mike Brown. I mean, if this is David Fizdale, then I'm like ultimately because we already know what he's brought to the Knicks. I don't care in what capacity he will come back.
Yeah, no, I mean, I hear you. I'm with you, Sam, and I'm not opposed to. Like, I understand there is some negativity because we are basically pulling from coaches that may not have had the most success in different situations, but not all of that is true. Brendan O'Connor is a very successful coach. I'm sorry. Right. Notice how nobody's talking about him, right? We just, he's there because they're not worried about him because they know the Clippers were the third best defense in the league last year. You can't talk about Brendan O'Connor right now. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with him. But as far as Chris Jent, he doesn't have that resume, so he's one that we can discuss. Mike Brown, even though he's been fired 4 times or whatever it's been, 5 times, the dude is still one of the most winningest coaches in current basketball. He still has a great resume. He still has championship rings as an assistant. He's got stuff that you can look at and say has been positive. We can't look at it all and say it's negative. Okay, what if year 2 under Mike Brown is not always a successful year? Listen, if this year is a successful year, the Knicks win the championship, I do not care about year 2. Just wanted to throw that out there. Let's just give it a shot. Let's give it a chance to see what we get out of it. Can we do that first? Come on, guys. All right.
He's here anyway. What's the matter? He's here.
We need to sign Phil Popovich to come save us. Everyone else on our staff is our honey buns. I hear you, Prezi. Yeah, but okay. Wolverine says, I want a smart, young, modern NBA coach who has never been.
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
Yes. Who doesn't want that? The Knicks. And we are not the Knicks. We are the fans of the Knicks. And so we can't stop them from choosing to go this route. All we could do is hope that this works out. We're the fans. All we could do is like, oh, this is what they're going to do. No, I ain't watching the Knicks this year. I'm out. No, I'm rocking with the Knicks, and I'm hoping it works out, bro. That's all I could do. What up, D-Rex? What's happening, my brother?
I'm on the show. I'm audible, everything.
Yeah. You sound good. You sound good. Yeah.
I thought that you would just whatever, busy, whatever. I should have paid attention to the chat.
No. Oh, actually, and my apology. Before you go, let me just read my super chat real quick with my guy. Shout out to Jay Boogie. Appreciate you, my guy. He says, we have our QB in New York. Let's go, Big Blue. Next draft, go get a best receiver to go along with my favorite neighbor. The front D is going to be biting. I like it. Yeah, D-Rex, what's on your mind, my brother? I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, don't worry about it. My bad for not paying attention. Look, I just have one very small thing today, and it's who was the guy? It was Rojan Rondo. What was his guy's name? The other Spanish coach we were looking at. Can someone remind me his name?
Oh, Pablo Prigioni?
No,
No,
before
Jose
him, he was another
Barrero.
guy.
Oh, Jose.
Sorry, I don't know why I got.
Yeah. Not
Borrego.
shoot.
My guy said Rondo.
I'm glad you knew it. Some Spanish name. I'm sorry.
Look. Now I'm forgetting my guy now. What the hell?
Borrego, exactly.
Borrego.
Yeah, Jose Barrero.
James Borrego. No. Jose Barrero was the player who used to be the point guard for the Dallas Mavericks.
Oh, his name's okay. I knew it was Borrega's
James
last
Borrego.
name. My fault.
James Borrego.
So that's the guy I was thinking of first. I'm like, okay, this guy, whatever. I don't think I liked him as much as Ron liked him, but then I listened. Ron showed me some of his other things he did. I came around. And Pablo Prigioni is just a smart player, good coach. And I'm like, two of these guys that's like young, more global mind, just a different perspective, a different voice, different basketball understanding. That's going to say, oh, maybe do it like this one time. And then maybe they know something you don't.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thinking about it. There's one guy that's not like, that's why I said earlier, like there's no opportunity for anyone in the Knicks organization that's not under 45. Like, why can't you convince one of these guys to say, you know what? We have a good situation for my family in Minnesota, but something very special is going on in New York, and I can contribute. To me, that's very enticing. Yes, it disrupts your family, I understand, but it's a better job, better opportunity. Your family understands, right? Like, that's not a crazy proposition.
Right.
Good enough. You say, you know what? I have to do it, right? So that's why I don't have an answer to the question. I don't have an answer. I'm here to ask that if anybody has a reason, but 2 in a row of these guys, and I'm like, you think if they really knew they could make a difference and bring a chip, I'm like, yeah, who wouldn't take that chip? It's a big deal. Pretty good for your career, you know what I mean? Like, if you really think you could do it, if it's enticing, I'm like, damn, you take the chance. So I'm just like, why? And I've always been very, let's say, pro front office. I think Leon's very bright. Like, he understands. He sees talent very sharply. Can you say he's very smart about this stuff? Brock Allen, these people know how the business of basketball works. But that's one of the first things where I'm like, maybe they don't have all the answers here. They don't have such an enticing proposition. And I'm like, hey, Chris Jent, I don't know. As Sam said, yeah.
The thing is, D-Rex, and everybody, we can want guys, but that doesn't mean that everything works out the best in their favor for this opportunity. Pablo Prigioni has been a coach that has been on the uprise throughout the NBA. And guess what? He really got his best shot with Minnesota. And if it is anything I know about Pablo Prigioni, even his time being here and how everybody talks about him, he's a very loyal guy. He's a good dude. And maybe he just said, listen, I appreciate it. I was with the Knicks. I like the fact that the Knicks are offering me this opportunity, but I'm here in Minnesota. And I appreciate what they've done for me. They've helped me get recognized and believed in me. So maybe he just doesn't want to leave that. And let's not forget, Minnesota is a championship contending team.
They're playing well. That's exactly what I was about to say, Ron. They're playing well.
Yeah. So it's not like our opportunity is that much better than the one he's got with Minnesota. So I can understand him staying. Fine. Then you want to say my guy who I wanted, James Borrego, and I keep saying Borrego. I like him, but he's in New Orleans, and we don't know what New Orleans said to this man. New Orleans might have said, listen, you know what? Hey, the Knicks want to talk to you. We would actually prefer that you don't talk to the Knicks. We like you here. And listen, you might be in line to be the next coach. If things don't work out, we're looking at you. All I had to hear, I might be in line to be the next head coach. Yep. Okay. Sorry, Knicks. I appreciate you guys. I'm staying over here because he's not going to be the next head coach with the Knicks. He's coming to be an assistant. And, I got to look at it for what it is. Even though our basketball team might be more poised for a championship, you take the opportunity, you take the chance to have more money and build with the best opportunity you're going to get. And so maybe he just said, listen, I'll stick with what I got right now. And listen, let me say one more thing. And I'm sorry I keep saying listen, but I want you to listen. Let's not forget. We know that we've talked about it already. This job ain't the head coach job, even though we have a head coach, wasn't the sexiest job for anybody. We know that there's a lot of chips stacked against whoever took this head coaching job. And as an assistant coach on that person's staff, you got to be like, listen, he's got everything pointed at him. If things don't work out, he's out of here. If he's out of here, I'm probably out of here too. That's another thing you got to look at. Like, even though it's New York, it's the money, it's an opportunity to be on the big platform. This could all go bad. It could all go bad.
I just look at it like, okay, I'm Pablo Prigioni. First of all, he's coming back to New York. He played for the team, If he really saw in his mind, like, me going there means like, oh, it could be a ship situation, which obviously incredible for your career, can be better, right? At some point, you're like, okay, that's pretty worth it. Like, there's a level of like, I'm disrupting my family, but I could make history, make 10 times my salary, instantly increase my chance of being a head coach. You want to chip, right? So I'm like, I just don't like that differential there. That I'm like, he had like a real shot at it, and he just looked at the possibilities, and I'm like for some reason, like maybe his voice wouldn't be heard, he didn't think, or something like that. I'm just like, I don't like that. It's icky to me. I don't like that.
Well, I mean, listen, I'll be honest. I'm not before shot. I'm not. I can't say that I feel wrong about that. It's like someone telling me tomorrow, "Hey, Ron, we love what work. We saw your resume. We love what work you're doing. We're going to offer you an extra $20,000 to come over here." And then I leave where I'm at now for 12 years, where everybody knows me. I'm comfortable in what I do. I know my benefit package is great. And for an extra 20,000, is it worth it for me to leave my current job to go over there? No. And I'm just saying,
they didn't want to pay him that much. Is that what it was?
But he's being brought over in a comparable package. I don't think there's like he's going to get that much more as a Knick as a Knick assistant coach than what he's getting in Minnesota. It's got to be comparable. It's not like he's coming over to be the head coach. That's different. But coming over as an assistant, it's similar. So it's like, what's the big thing to say, I got to go over here and take this job? You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking. Like, it's very, he's in a situation that you could easily say no. But
the only reason why I'm so stuck on it is because anyone could look at him and be like, this is just a smart basketball player. He just understands the game of basketball. You watch him play for 1 second. The guy is very smart, experienced.
Mm-hmm.
A perfect coach guy. Like, the way he plays is someone you would want to coach. You know what I mean? It just, nobody can tell me he's not a smart basketball player. I can only imagine if anything to coach. So I'm just like, clearly this guy's very smart, would be helpful.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I just think
also can't take away. Sorry, Ron. You also can't take away the fact that these are people. People build lives in places.
True. I'm not discounting. I'm not that maybe they just had a great situation. Don't want to leave.
And that's I get what you're saying. That he was a Knick, he come back, all that. I just said I preferred him over this guy. I knew him. Maybe that, I knew what the type of caliber player he was as far as like, a general people who would talk and do all that stuff. But these are also people who build lives and do different things. His kids might be in the school that they're happy about. You never know what's going on in their life. And if they decide that, even if the money was a little bit better, that wasn't worth uprooting everything in their life.
No, that's exactly my point. Is that if he
having a team that is a contending team in the West too, it's like, we're not talking about a team that was completely horrid and wasn't going to make the playoffs.
That's the bottom line right there. That's the bottom line right there. If they was a horrible team, Prigioni would have jumped on the bandwagon.
Just to wrap it up with one little line is, I feel like if he knew that he would come here and instantly win a chip, then he would do it because that's worth it, right? Even if you're at that point, it's worth it. You know what I mean?
If they were horrible over there, he would have left, no question.
Or if he knew, like, the Knicks definitely 100% have a better chance than the Timberwolves, then he would do it probably, right? Because that's going to be better for his career. So I'm just like, I don't like that he made that decision, but I could respect whatever. I'll feel reason.
Of course. I don't like it either. I want Pablo Prigioni here. Yeah.
Smart guy.
Well, it is what it is. What can we do?
Yeah.
I'm going to make it even worse. I want a Mark Jackson here. So anyway, let me start something else.
Or also, what happened to Sam Cassell? Someone said I wouldn't mind Sam Cassell over here.
Yeah, I mean, but as we talked about with Sam Cassell, looks like Sam Cassell's happy where he's at too. He doesn't care because he's definitely been in a lot of different good spots. And if anybody could get a job, Sam Cassell could get a job. But it looks like he doesn't really care.
I was just, the fact that it's these two young international type guys, we're just like one guy in there like that, just one of these younger, different mindset.
Yeah. I mean, hey, listen, we'll see what happens. But the bottom line is, I don't hold a great amount of stock in it either way. I just know that Mike Brown is someone who relies on assistant coaches, and this could be a good thing for the Knicks on the whole. I know that Chris Jent is a good communicator. I did watch a video of him breaking down some X's and O's. I'm not playing the video because I just, whatever. It is what it is. I watched it for my own edification. So, but I just think that he's a good communicator, which is all you can really ask of another assistant who's supposed to be an extension of the head coach. And the most important hire to me is Brendan O'Connor. That's the big one for me. I don't care so much because Mike Brown is already a good offensive mind. He's proven that with his time in Sacramento. I'm cool with that. So that's fine. I'm not so worried about Chris Jent. Brendan O'Connor is huge. Someone who can coach a defense that's not necessarily, dependent on a drop coverage. Hey, that's my guy. That's what I'm really happy about.
Yeah, that. I'm intrigued.
Yeah. Okay. So, we'll see what happens, guys. Nothing's going to be perfect, and we don't know what anything holds. I'm just telling you that instead of knocking it, let's give it a shot because we don't know what to expect yet. Until we see we're going to see good, we're going to see bad, and don't get me wrong. At some points throughout the season, we're going to see great. You guys know that. At some point, the Knicks are going to be like, oh, wow, look at this team. What are they doing? Now, can they keep it going? We don't know. But they're going to have their moment of greatness throughout this season at some point.
That 9-game win streak, bro.
The 9-game win streak. And then you're going to have the skies falling with the 2-game losing streak right after. So, it's going to be the same thing.
It's going to be there.
It'll be right there.
So,
oh my God, we lost in Charlotte. Yeah,
it's gonna happen. It is definitely gonna happen. Yeah. But let's just see. Let's give it a shot. So now, outside of that, the other thing that we're talking about, this is not a big deal, but it's fun. It's fun. It is what it is. We know that the Knicks are going to be bringing back one of them old school '90s uniforms. Ooh.
Look at that picture right there.
Listen. So I'm talking about right there. I personally love those type of uniforms. I love the dark one more, but it is what it is. With baby steps, we start with what we got. Yep. So we'll take it. But I definitely like it. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but this was one of my favorite unis. Not that I got others, but this was definitely one of my favorite unis. And so I hope that this symbolizes something for them that, we are looking to bring back some of that same level of high end play in the playoffs.
Do you have a favorite?
Do I have a favorite? I have, yeah. I've got two favorite uniforms. One of my favorite uniforms is not a favorite of everybody. Like
I could guess it.
I don't know if you can guess it.
Maybe I won't. Maybe now that you said that, I'm not guessing.
No, you can guess. It's actually easy to guess because it's so different. But I don't know if you guess it.
Is it the shirt one from the Mellow?
No.
Okay, thank goodness.
No.
What was it? A slam dunk one? Was it the slam dunk one? The green Nick one?
No. Let me see it. Do they have it right? Hold on.
It's not the black one.
No, let me see. No, I like the black one. That's one of my.
That's one of my top favorite ones.
Hold on.
What is everyone's?
This one is so controversial. People hate this. I love this. I love it. All right, hold on.
Like
Hold on.
1952 or something. We don't know.
This was my joint. Even when I played 2K, I used to always switch to this uniform. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a second.
About to make me go to 2K and switch it.
Oh, now this is what they think the Knicks version of that uni would look like for this season. You know what I mean?
Cool.
I think that looks pretty good.
I
mean,
like that. That works.
Yeah, I think that looks pretty dope.
Especially on the best player on the team.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we don't know for certain if that's going to be it, but that's what they're kind of thinking it could look like. So we'll see. We'll see. Let me get my guy in here. Look at that. Hey, Jay Boogs. Let me see if I got him. Connection is connecting. Life be lifing.
Oh, what's up, Jay Boogie?
I don't know if he can hear us right now, but hopefully he
like
can.
he's in the Matrix right now.
Yeah, he's a little trapped, but hopefully he can get it going. All right, let me get back to this. Here's the one that I really love. Let me stop sharing.
Sure, Jay Boogie has a good favorite.
Hold on. I know you guys are gonna be like, "Oh, really, Ron?" Yes, really. This is me, man. I can't help it.
Ron, it's your choice, brother.
This is my joint right here, folks. Don't at me, as they like to say.
What?
That is my joint, baby.
The Tide?
Yeah, baby.
I knew it was one of them wild color ones.
Yeah, so Shaw, it was the other one that I said, but it was just the opposite. You know, the shirt one, and then there was this one.
I like this one too. I ain't gonna front. I like this one. I like orange.
Because listen, I always like Syracuse uniforms, and I like the fact that the Knicks came out with something. And I wouldn't have minded even if they flipped it around and had the white letters with the blue outline. I would have been cool with that. I don't care.
Yeah.
I like these joints. That's me. Sorry.
I like black and
No,
orange.
That was from Mellow all the way. You know,
Yeah, that was definitely from
that
Mellow.
was from Mellow all the way.
I mean, I'm interested to see the new variation of the 90s one because I wasn't alive to see that one, so I want to see that in person.
Yeah, no. If what they said, if that picture of Brunson is correct, those will be pretty fire. So
yeah, I like that.
They have a definite 90s vibe.
That one and the black one for me.
Yes. See, Prezi, I agree. The other orange one, I did not.
Yeah,
like.
that's what I thought you was talking about.
No, I did not like that one. I like this one, but I didn't like the other orange one. And you know, another one that I hated that some people like. I don't want to see the Knicks in green. What? Get out of
You
here!
like the St. Patty's?
I don't like no Knicks green. Get out of here, bro.
Man, that's Boston's color.
Yeah,
That's
no, I
Boston's
can't
color,
do it, man.
No
I'm
way.
sorry. I can't do it.
So you didn't enjoy Nate Robinson winning it like that?
No, he can win it in whatever he wants. Take that uniform back, bro.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
Okay. Yes, I agree with that.
I can't listen. I know, Sam. You in Milwaukee area, like you like green, probably. That's okay, brother. I ain't gonna judge you. I think your alma mater had green in it. It's okay. It's fine, bro.
We listen. When I first was a Knicks fan, Nate Robinson was one of my favorite guys. So that's like one of my moments is him winning the dunk contest with that on.
The dunk contest in the green.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, him winning it, period, was amazing. So I was just, and he was one of my favorite too. And then when he played with David Lee and all them, that really exciting thing for me. I hated that they let a bunch of them go thinking, try to make room for LeBron, because I liked that team for a while. Nate, Zach Randolph, and David Lee, and
hey, Unc, you was talking about 2K too. I mean, David Lee, like you said, Jay, he was a problem in 2K. David Lee, I was giving dudes 20 and 20 a game with David Lee in 2K.
A night, right? Without having to put up the levels.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was a big problem. Yep. One of my favorite. The guy hustled. He to me, he was New York. Like, it was him and Nate, and they were New York for me, man.
Unc, you need to pin that comment by David Smith. He's definitely rage baiting. Ain't no way.
You know how David is. He's never not said that he doesn't mind Jalen Brunson going elsewhere. You know how it is.
He's got a favorite player. I think it's all right that everybody has a favorite player. For me, I think that Giannis would look really good in that new uniform here.
Yeah.
And if that had to be Cat for it, then Cat would look good in green.
Yep. And I agree with you. I agree with you, Kerry Cox. That's what Mark Jackson should do if he cared about it. If he cared, I don't even know if he cares about coaching anymore, to be honest. He says a lot of stuff because I think Mark Jackson just wants to have validation. He wants to be looked at as a good boss, as a good basketball mind, and respected for his opinions and his thoughts and what he did with Golden State. Do I necessarily believe that he wants to be a head coach anywhere? I don't know. For someone who wants a job like that and who's in the position where he is, you definitely lobby for that. If you feel you're blackballed,
you better go walk in the vibrator, bro.
He could definitely, if he's blackballed, he can make it known. He can make a case like, look, I want to coach in the NBA. They are holding things against me that really don't take anything away from my character. This is how I feel about basketball. I eat, sleep, blah, blah, blah. I love basketball. This is what I want. I want to get back to being an NBA head coach. Do you see Mark Jackson doing any of that? No, He don't talk like that. So if he wanted to coach, I think that's what he could do. But outside of that, what Kerry said, you can go to a college program. Usually guys who are great basketball minds in the NBA, they go to college and they go crazy. They take these college programs to the next level. He could go there and really turn somebody's program around. But, is what
he might have been thinking about that St. John's opening after Mullins left, but he saw what happened with Mullins. He was like,
Hey, well, that's one of the best jobs in the country right now, Jay.
Yeah, it is, and that I go watch
how they doing.
At least 5 games a year with the Johnnies. And I met Luke Honeysecker in a very weird way. I was coming out the bathroom, also he was right there, and he had a I'm gonna call him a bodyguard. This guy had to be like 6'10" at least, and he tried to push me away. And Lou was like, "No, it's all right." And then he asked me, "You wash your hands?" I said, "Yeah, of course." right. And then we shook hands. I got a great picture. I'll send it to you later on. And,
nice.
And I took a picture with it. And my friend is so mad. I threw the phone to my friend, who's a huge St. John's fan. I was like, "Take the picture." And then he took it, and he realized, wait. Damn it, I wasn't in it. I was like, all right, well, you should have thought faster. Sorry.
It's true. Listen. Yeah, that's dope, though. That's dope. Luke Honeysecker is a legend, man. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, both my sisters went there. One for law, one for teaching. So I love it. Loved it.
And I just want to shout out Jay Boogie once again, man. Unfortunately, he was trying to get into the chat, but he's having issues. He's got a new phone and his setup. He's having issues connecting. Hopefully he can get that back, because I miss having to be able to chop it up with Jay Boogie, man. But he's been trying. This is 2 weeks in a row he's been trying, but he hasn't been able to get on. So appreciate you, my guy. Once again, y'all, if y'all just tuning in, we were talking about it earlier. We are back on Christmas Day, 12 noon in the Garden.
It's a jolly time of the year, right before the new year. Ain't no other squad better on this day than the Knicks. We back. Best time of the year, they say it's Christmas. Little kids can't wait to see it's Christmas. New clothes, new toys, mean it's Christmas. You see the Knicks, we back, we on Christmas. It's so pretty when you can see the snowfall. That red nose, tell them that it's Rudolph. Chestnuts roasting, the Knicks stay roasting. Tell the whole league we hosting. 12 noon, we back, 12 in the 2/5.
Yeah, we back, baby.
So 9 o'clock Western time.
There you go. Eat your breakfast, Wiz. No salmon for breakfast. Unless you're that way. You could be highfalutin with the pinky in the air. I don't know. But yeah, man, we back. So, all right. Outside of that, what happens if Ben Simmons isn't the guy, guys? This is crazy, right? I think somebody's going to come out tomorrow and say, we heard that Ben Simmons was spotted with throwing out Nick apparel packaging in his garbage. What happens if Ben Simmons is not the guy? What happens What's next? What if Ben Simmons ain't the dude? What are we gonna wind up with? Now DeLon Wright's name is popping up again.
No,
And I'm not opposed to any of these guys.
please no, DeLon
What are we
Wright.
talking about? I don't know what's happening here.
You also have Shamit, right?
You got
also
Shamit.
have Brogdon. I'm not thrilled with that super much.
Not me. I'm not either.
We have like a lot of that, right? A lot of that type of thing.
Yeah. There's also
but better, but better. I think
there's also what's these guys' names?
Coffee is still available, I think.
Coffee's still available. Banton's still available.
Lyles is still available.
Who's the first name you said?
Trey Lyles.
Oh, Trey Lyles.
I don't know if he come here, but he's
Coffee,
available.
Banton, Trey Lyles. There's one other guy, another tall point guard guy. What's his name? Oh man.
I hope you're not talking about Banton.
No, I mentioned Banton already. I'm just saying he's available. But no, there's someone else. Who am I thinking of? Hold on, let's see. Available NBA free agents.
Let's go straight to PGs.
I mean, I'm not against the Shamit. I'm worried about the backup point guard. You do that though. That means Kolek he's got to turn it up a notch.
Definitely. I mean, Shamit.
Coffee's listed as oh no, he's a guard.
He's a 3. He's a wing.
Three. Yeah.
Shamit is a little inconsistent. I mean, but
I don't love Shamit.
Trust me, CC. You don't want Monte Morris. I thought he was.
No, I just saw that too, Sam.
He's had a couple rough the last couple of years.
I don't know who the other guy is that I'm looking for. I'm looking because when you look at this list, they show you everybody who's signed. I got to weed through all these names.
Right, then they also show you who's restricted. Then they show you who's.
I don't see the other guy that keeps coming up that somebody keeps mentioning. Oh, Gary Payton, the second.
No.
Oh, you messed me up for a minute. I forgot about the second. I'm like,
yeah,
what?
I was about to call him the third because everybody's
coming out of retirement, Jay.
Second, yeah.
Gary Payton.
And I'm not. I mean, Russell Westbrook is still out there, but let's not talk about Russell. He don't want to be here. He wants minutes, and
he wants what? So
minutes.
If he was available, you don't want any parts of Russell?
No, I don't think he wants any parts of the Knicks.
No, but how about you?
Oh, me personally, I have a real wild feeling about something of seeing a bench unit with Russell Westbrook, Josh Hart, and Jordan Clarkson.
Well, Russell Westbrook and Josh Hart, like, come on, yeah, this is silly. I don't even understand the utility of him.
You talk about wild times, like we could go like several minutes without a basket. Like I don't know. I'm a little concerned about it.
That's sinful.
But I'm a little concerned about it because they can get a little wild and erratic. They have moments, but I don't know.
I think it's tough for me, man. He's got good, like you talk about Simmons, you talk about Ben, and you talk about Russell. Russell will get you points, will get you rebounds, will get you assists much more than Ben.
Yes.
But I do agree with that last part you just said. I think that it would be a lot of wildness behind
it's
it.
A very erratic situation. And the other thing too is you don't know which Russell Westbrook you get. Do you get the Denver Nuggets Russell Westbrook, who is a competent basketball player that you can he's all right, or do you get the LA Lakers Russell Westbrook, who was wild, who was shooting shots at the top of the backboard? Oh man, like I don't know which one you get.
And more of just a question for y'all too, because I haven't seen this update. Did Grimes still not get paid? Not that we want him back right now, but did he still not get paid?
He's still free.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, he wants a good amount of money, so someone is gonna pick him up. Oh, you know what would really suck if no one picks him up and Grimes has to settle for under market contract and he goes to somebody that benefits from that. Oh, that would be terrible. One of our
at that point, he's gonna have to fire his agent.
Yeah, but you know what? If he benefits from it, it's most likely because he's going to a team that.
Oh no, not him benefiting, the team benefiting.
Yeah,
the team
getting him on
he
the
ain't
team.
benefiting at all from losing money after what he just did.
Yeah, he ain't gonna benefit because he's gonna lose out on money if,
Right, he's gonna
if this
lose
keeps
out
going.
on.
Yeah, it would be the team benefiting, getting his services on the cheap. And you know, I took one more deep dive and look into, because I'm still hoping in the back of my mind, y'all, I'm hoping that Malik Beasley is found innocent
I was
and the
just
Knicks
about
can
to
get
say
him for the veteran.
Hey, nah, it
Wait,
ain't
are you
looking
gonna
good for him though.
would
He
you
got kicked
gamble
out
on
the
that?
crib.
Are you gonna gamble on that?
I'm not gambling on that. You know, he just got evicted. Nah, I'm not messing with this.
Yeah, he got kicked out the crib. It's not looking
Also,
good.
Gilbert Arenas. Also, didn't he get picked up for something?
Gilbert Arenas.
Oh, he already got out on bond.
Yeah. But didn't he get
That's
charged?
his is less serious because I mean,
Well, they
he's
have
not.
to prove that he was involved in it. It's his,
Yeah.
it's his property, but they got to prove that he was actually involved in what was taking place on his property.
Yeah, it's a different type of case. Beasley, he's on an uphill battle right
Yeah,
now. I'll put it
Beasley's
that
in
way.
trouble. They got some evidence versus him. He don't want to pay his landlord. That's why he got evicted. Like, he's just not looking like a good dude right now.
I mean, Rex, you know it's bad when the Pistons didn't re-sign him after he just had a great year, and they
I
said
don't know
that now
why
we're
he didn't
good,
pay
we're
it.
fine.
I don't know why he didn't. He only owed like 21,000.
Hey,
Yeah, I mean, like, what are you doing that you can't? You can't. No, you know what though? Think about it. The gambling, that's a sickness, man.
we
Maybe
don't
he
gotta
don't
think
have
about
the
it, Jay.
money.
He need to call the hotline.
Maybe he didn't have 21
He
grand to
need to
give
call
him.
the hotline.
Yeah, he needs to.
Right,
He
you
needs
got to throw out that
That's what
hotline
you
to
for him.
get the NBA disclaimer.
Him
Right,
and
and
Marcus
then he
Morris,
someone will pick
go
up
ahead
when
and
he
call that
calls.
He went to his
hotline.
man and was like, "Let me 21 grand for rent." He gave it to him, but then he laid it on a horse, and it was over. You know, whatever, or basketball.
Yeah, he
I
probably
don't know,
gambled his
man.
money.
I don't
Like
want to
him
make
and
fun of
Marcus
it because
Morris need to.
it's obviously a really bad thing. It's an addiction, just like anything else.
I was being sarcastic. Payback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, like the thing that I'm getting at once again is the NBA needs to do a better job. The NBA has fallen on deaf ears with what they're trying to do in this league, and you know, like all the good stuff that the NBA has done over the years under David Stern, and you know, shout out to the new commish, but I think he's kind of, I don't know what's happening. Maybe he just dropping the ball, like, because the things have been running so well for years that they've kind of moved away from really focusing in on what they need to be addressing. They need to address the NBA health of the players mentally, what they got going on, and the whole thing going back to how they function as people who also represent their brand, right? They got to get back to doing something to kind of put things in motion. I think this year we should hear about, the NBA has this program that it's a mandatory program that every NBA player has to attend once, you know, talking about better fiscal, decision making, however they want to, you know, with their NBA words, you know, financial equity, leadership, and all, whatever. You know, I can't think of the words right now. I'm not in my smart.
Those were the words. Some of the words.
Well, I'm
brother.
gonna be honest
Those
with you,
are some of
Unc.
the words.
I don't understand why we're even doing it. Like, if I'm a millionaire, bro, make my money and leave. Like, that's why I never understood the whole gambling thing. If you're gambling money away that you need to survive, then you need to call the hotline, bro. Like, there's no reason you should be gambling any type of money that's gonna put you on the street, get you into trouble. Like, if you're not betting $5 to $10,
is compulsive for some people. They literally
It
can't help it.
really is. It really is. Look,
Sam, I know somebody that has lost. I'm sorry, Ron. If you want to go first.
Oh, no. I was going to say, we know one of the best NBA players of all time is a compulsive gambler. The thing is, he was smart enough not to lose all his money. So it never became an issue, except for that one little incident that we will not talk about, that maybe someone
talking
lost.
about Barkley?
No, I'm talking about Jordan.
Yeah, we ain't talking about
Jordan.
Barkley.
Yeah. He may not have lost any, a bunch of his money to really hurt him, but he definitely his gambling problem may have woke him up in the worst possible way. If you know, you know. You look it up, young people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know nothing about nothing. And if anybody's listening out there, I know nothing about nothing.
I agree, right.
Hey, and just
I don't remember what you
the
said.
last thing I'm gonna
there you
say
go.
on it is we know that this is a problem too, Unc, because I mean it's happening in multiple leagues. So like baseball is the same way. Two guys literally just got put on paid leave from the Cleveland Guardians for basically gambling investigation. So I
Yep.
mean these pro athletes are definitely, I mean, granted they've probably been doing it, but now they're actually getting on the hook for it. So like, you know, it's something that needs to be cut out of the leagues. I guess there's going to be more of a crackdown now that we're going to see, especially with them like essentially slapping gambling on every single commercial that we get throughout watching games. Like,
yeah, bro, it's a little bit gross. Man. It's a little bit over the top.
Like they're promoting it from
Every
pretty much every
podcast,
sport.
bro. Podcast with 5 viewers already sponsored by a gambling site.
Right. Like even ESPN's got their own gambling site. Like, let's be honest, here, they're promoting it. So hopefully they, you know, crack down on it.
Loki,
I feel so bad as I put my FanDuel lineup in and we're talking about this.
Listen, and I just want to say this right now. This hasn't happened for me, and I'm with all you guys. I think the gambling thing has gotten out of hand because there's too many people that gamble, irresponsibly, and it's caused problems, and it can lead to bigger problems. But I will say I'm not necessarily opposed to it. It's people's free will, and if you do it the right way, that's your business, and you shouldn't be penalized because other people don't know how to do it the right way. So if FanDuel or anyone else wants to holler at your boy for a sponsorship, I'm not, you know what I mean? I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's like what they say at the bottom of all their stuff, responsible gambling. If you're not responsibly, you know, putting money up, then it's a problem. Like you should not be putting yourself in jeopardy at all.
I agree. No one's perfect. Everyone can run into issues if you don't do things responsibly. You get a little taste of that gold, like you play one day. Oh, I want $100 on $10.
I'm a genius. That's it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Then you try again. Oh, whoa, $15. I got $200. Then the next day, hey, you know what? Let me take a couple of these 100. Let's let it ride, and you lose. Oh, okay, I'm out. I'm out. So anyway, but yeah, honestly, I just really think it's more about us, the NBA, should I say, and understanding that people are people and they need help. People are their worst enemies, right? And the other thing is, even though the hotline is there, the hotline is great if somebody has the willpower to say, hey, you know what? I made a little bit of a mistake. Let me call and talk to somebody and get myself out of this, or just hear what they got to say. The problem is the people that are
get vulnerable and honest. And if you can't do that, get to
the worst spot, Jay, when you get like rock bottom, like you made some bad decisions, you lost a lot of money, you don't even want to tell anybody because you feel embarrassed. You're ashamed of your actions.
It's like you said at the start, Jay. It's a sickness.
Yeah,
right. It's a sickness. I just want to say this really quick. One of the things I got is a KSAC, drug and alcohol counseling. Lost too many people to things in the street, want to give back, all that. You can never say addiction and what do they call the drinkers? My mind just went blank. A functional addict. You ever hear that? I'm a functional addict. Someone who could go to work all day but come home and drink all night. If you're gambling at such a high pace, it's more like what crack does to people. Crack, the essential thing about crack is that you are chasing the very first time you ever got high, because you're never going to get that high again, no matter how much you spend. And like you said, you win one or two or three. What you're doing essentially for the rest of that time is chasing those first three wins. So you can never be a functional addict.
They say the house always wins.
Yep.
And shout out to Leon Mitchell in the chat. Yes, I'm not putting it up on the screen, but yeah, that's the biggest lesson.
Yo.
Once again, if you know, you know.
Can't be a functional one of those either. I mean, but I guess so. But yeah, It's tough. It's tough. It's sad. It's really sad. And you know, a lot of people know a lot of people who have something. You know, everybody has a little something of something, but when it comes to addiction on a heavy level, man, it is one of the saddest things to watch.
Oh, definitely.
You can't really help. They need you. You can't help people because people need to know they need help. They need to ask for the help, and they need to do it for themselves. They can't do it for you, their kids, nobody. That could be the inspiration for help, but it can't be the reason they do it. They have
They need to
do
mean it. Also,
want.
they need. It's not like they just say it to get another $10,000 and go back to gambling it again. Like they actually have to be. I'm saying this because I really want to do different. And people are so. It's compulsive. That word compulsive. You do it without even thinking. You give them $1, they'll gamble. There are people like that.
Yeah, listen, I everybody, not everybody, but a lot of us have personal situations where maybe you've been through it or someone really close to you has been through it, but definitely somebody in your family has struggled with some type of gambling outside of just addiction in general, but just gambling. We're talking about gambling specifically right now. We know people, been around people. I know somebody personally who I was like, you know what? When that happened, I was like, you know what? I realized something. You don't care about the money.
Mm-hmm.
You only care about gambling. My man won $35,000 and lost it the same day. I said, "Oh boy, you do not
care about right
money.
There.
You don't."
A normal person takes $35,000 and cashes out,
and is out.
Hey,
and is out.
I could win 50 and I'm cashing out.
Right. Even if you try your luck and say, "Okay, let me rock with another 5 and see what happens." Oh, I'm out with 30. Okay,
yeah.
But to watch it, to win it and lose the whole thing that day. Oh, I'm sick.
There's great movies about it. I'll get the name, and next time you could maybe, if you want to post it so people can see it. But the truth is, you're right. It's not the money. It's getting high. They're getting high.
Yeah,
that's the truth. It's the same thing as anything else. They're getting high.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
And it's horrible.
I just feel like, and man, you guys might have destroyed my show. No, not this show, because I was gonna have a
gambling by FanDuel.
No, I was gonna have a gambling show on State of the Game about the NBA and stuff like that. But we're talking about so much good stuff in this show. I don't know if I can really do it. But
you can still do it. You could just do a deep dive of like some statistics or something.
Yeah. And that's what I probably still will.
It's worse than ever now.
It really is. But like, look at, we still have historic stories of guys at the top of their game running into issues. Antoine Walker basically lost all of his money, and he is the blueprint. At one point he was the blueprint, which sucks, but he was the blueprint for stories that they would use to explain to young people, like, this is what can happen if you don't make the right choices with your money. This is what you can do. I mean, he made about 30 million over his career and lost it all. Allen Iverson is another story of someone who lost all of his money that he had what am I trying to access to, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Smart thing for Allen Iverson is that somebody, a financial advisor or somebody, forced him to put money away. And that's why he's not one of those stories of somebody who went broke because of his gambling, but he lost a lot of his money because of his excessive way of living and stuff. But whoever told him to put the money away allowed him to have stuff that he can have to this day because he put that money away, or else he'd be another tragic story. But you gotta look at it like this is the type of stuff that is real, and the NBA needs to do NBA, NFL, MLB, they need to do a much better job of educating young players specifically about the pitfalls of having money and gambling and excessive vices, because it's getting out of control, and eventually it's going to keep getting worse if they don't. I honestly think this is one of those moments where all three of the sports should get together. NBA, NFL, MLB should come up with a whole initiative. Gambling is a real thing. We want to make sure all of our athletes and players live long, healthy
sports. They would never do that because then it cuts into their profit. That's
they're not doing that, man. Because they're so tired. They're so tired with the bets that they're not doing
Sam. Sorry.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say they're so tied with the gambling.
Oh,
Like I
okay. I
said,
appreciate that, Wolverine. Sorry.
it's pretty much on all the marketing. Like that's a part of the league. When they're showing these commercials and when you're at a game and they're having Bet 365 or whatever else being flashed
Right.
around the arena, like they have partnership deals with these like gambling sites and stuff like that. So the league's probably not gonna really like do that unless it becomes an issue where the whole like teams are getting kicked out because of the enforceability of stuff.
Right. No,
It's going to
100%.
have this court situation is going to have to happen, right? See, this Beasley, this whole because Arenas now has been in trouble with guns in the locker room, now in trouble with people on the property, all this stuff. The fact of the matter is something big, and unfortunately it always takes this, something really big is going to have to happen for them to, and how greedy is that? They're making billions and billions and billions of dollars, and they partnership up with gambling sites to make more money, just to make more money on top of that. The fact of the matter is that I've never seen more, and this is really not a joke, and if you watch it, I've never seen more mental illness commercials in my life, and I've never seen more gambling commercials in my life, and they're usually back to back. They're around the same time. And then I've never seen them in my life, Jesus commercials, and they're all in the same area. Us, Jesus. Oh, go to FanDuel. Right after FanDuel, it's right, and right after Jesus, then it's like you could, if you want $50 for free, get a friend, and then that friend you just saw Jesus, so maybe that friend's at church. So I'm gonna go get him, and he'll gamble with me. And right after that, we're gonna go to a therapist together. Because we lost, we're gonna go to a therapist together because I just saw the mental health thing right after that. So now I'm gonna go to church with you. We're gonna gamble our money away, and we're gonna go to a therapy together, all that together. And it's true. They're going it together. Oh.
Listen, they get you. It's the easiest way. It's a circus. I know this is turning into something.
That's what he made, $108 million.
Yeah, that's it. That sounds more familiar to me. It's a circus, and it's turned into such a big deal. Like, think about, oh man, you killing me, man. I got all this stuff. I'm gonna save it. All right, I'm gonna shut up, Ron. I'm shutting up.
Nah, redo it. It's good, man. It's good.
I know. It's just that you just think about it. Like, it's set up for you to fail. Look at what they do. They get you in the building, and then they offer you all this thing. Thank you for staying with us. We're gonna comp you a room tonight, and you get these free bed sheets as well as a blender. They give you all this stuff that you don't really need. Another TV. You know what I mean? That's a $300 TV that probably the picture is gonna go bad in about 3-4 years, but you don't care. It's free. And they get you in with all these free things. The other thing is, even like what you're talking about, which is hilarious, about the whole thing with the church and how you gamble and you lose money together, you can talk about it together. They get you on the bus. They meet in front of the church. You pay $21. You get to Atlantic City or wherever you're going.
At
and
the
then
church.
you get $21 back when you get to the casino. Now go play with the $21 you get back.
Right.
And add more to it. Like, they get you. They reel you in.
Right. And you know how you know that it's the people who came on the bus? Because it's the people at the slot machine going, "Come on, Jesus!" And they got their hands like that.
Listen, let me tell you something. That's why sports gambling and what they've done is so big and so lucrative. At one point, I said, you know what? Maybe they should start banning gambling again and get back, but they're never going to do it because now they've watched it grow and it's made too much money. And the other thing is, you got the young people involved, right? And I don't mean underage gambling. I mean people of age that are younger, because the young people, those, what's the legal age to gamble? 21 or is it 18?
Nah, you can get in there before that.
18 years old, you could get into
Okay, so
but
18, but 18-year-olds, let's say 18 to 22, maybe 22, 23.
I think it's different in different states, though. Sorry,
I'm going to say those people don't really like to go to the small gambling establishments, the Atlantic Cities or the other, maybe Vegas, because Vegas is Sin City. It's got more going on with it. But when you go to a gambling establishment, sometimes it's depressing. You go in there, everybody's smoking cigarettes. You see a
Sometimes.
bunch of old people just pulling the thing. They look like their life is fading away in front of you. That is depressing. The last time I went, I was like, this is depressing. I don't even want to be in here. And young people, it's not sexy. But now you say, hey, you can bet on your favorite sports teams from the comfort of your own home. Bingo. Got them.
And that's where the mental health commercials come in, because then what they're doing is I got to turn this off for 1 second, but go ahead, D. What they're now doing is isolating in their home, and when they're losing their money, they're becoming depressed, and they're depressed in their own home by themselves, which is very dangerous. And all this stuff is a circle. It's a circle, and it's a terrible, crazy circle. I watched my uncles go through it. I've been through it. I'm gonna be very honest about it. I've been through a lot of different things, and I'm never afraid to share it, because I believe that in order, thank God, I really, really thank God. I became a father. That changed me, right? And because of that, a lot of my life changed. But I watch other people who became part of who are doing the same things with me, out in the streets, doing whatever might be, gambling, all these things, and they didn't change, and their family suffered. And I sat them down, I talked to them. I said, I'll go with you to this place. I'll help you with that. Again, you got to want to do it for yourself, and that's that. But the truth is, here's the biggest issue, and I love this show today. I really do. And I love it every time, but I want to tell you why this is really big for me. I think what they teach in school in general is way off base for what life is. They should be teaching you way more things than history that has a lot of false information in it anyway. They should be teaching how to keep a bank account by the age of 10. You should learn how to keep money, count money. You should be learning how to do a resume by 12, the latest, right? You should be doing all that. If you ask Antoine Walker what his biggest issue was, is he couldn't say no to his friends, right? So he had gambling, and he had what we like to call tricking. We were out there. I'm going to spend it on you. I got you. Oh, you want this? You need that? You want that? Because you feel like the man. All of a sudden, you're really, really ashamed, and you don't know what happens from there. And then, last thing, you add in COVID. COVID put people away into their homes. So what are you going to do? I'm going to play FanDuel. They're in the bubble. Oh, yeah, at least they're in the bubble. Blah, 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 blah. Sports should be something you get away from real life to watch and enjoy and have fun and root and come together. That's why I always say when I see people arguing in the chat, this should never be an argument. You like a team, you like a guy, great. Talk about it. But you shouldn't argue about it. Life is enough trouble as it is. So much heartache and so much bills and how to make the money, and maybe our family members are sick or whatever. I'm going through some stuff right now that I'm not going to talk about, physically, right? And I beat already cancer. I'm going to just tell you, man, there's big things going on in the world. And sports should be an escape for all that.
True.
To add all those other things to it, destroys it.
It definitely does.
So,
it's taken away from
I'm sorry, that was my platform.
No, I agree. Thank you, Jay, and I appreciate that. It's taken away from what it's taken the purity out of what the sport is supposed to be. The fact that and then what happens to the self? This is the one thing that I'll never understand. I don't know everybody's situation, but I in fairness, I'm no one to judge anybody. Everybody's got their own vices, their own struggles. But I understand more if you're telling me that a journeyman NBA player or a young player that is on a rookie contract, a low-level rookie contract, or someone who is just trying to make a team, signed to a 10-day or something. If you're telling me that these people are the ones getting caught gambling because they just, they're trying to make ends meet, but they're not at the high level mark that everybody else is. They've got debt, they've got stuff they've got to deal with. Maybe they have an agent, they got to pay for their services to help them get where they got to go. I know it's based on contracts, all that stuff. But the bottom line is you get a check. I don't even know if you get a weekly check. I think you get a monthly check in the NBA, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. And, but
baseball, you do.
Yeah. The money is not like just because, I'm making 400,000 a year. It doesn't mean I'm, set for life even in the lowest level. I could see somebody making some poor decisions, but we're not talking about those people. We're talking about the guys like the Malik Beasleys of the world who have made millions of dollars. We're talking about baseball players who have made millions and they're putting themselves in these situations for no reason. Because the first time you do it, you're gambling away money that you're making. You're at the upper echelon of people in our society. You don't need to be doing this. Now, of course, that doesn't mean you shouldn't have some fun, but just look at the decision making you make. Like, why make these choices and put yourself in this situation?
Oh, it's pure greed. It's pure greed.
You just got to get away from it, man. Everybody wants to get to that next level quicker than working hard for it. And sometimes you'll never get to that next level, and you have to be satisfied in your life. Like, did I do enough to lead a good life in my life? Am I satisfied with what I've done for myself, what I've done for my family? Can we live comfortably? Or if we don't live comfortably, are we happy together living uncomfortably? You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like, whatever. Our value system over the years, and it has a lot to do with social media and the internet, has really gone to hell. So hopefully we can get back to it. But it's been terrible. But anyway, all right. I'm off my high horse. Okay.
No, that was great, man. That was great.
Shout out to King Ribby in the building. He says every 2 weeks NBA players get paid. Oh, appreciate that, King Ribby. That's interesting to know.
Every 2 weeks?
Yeah. Man, that's not bad.
That's still a fat amount of money, though.
Yeah, I mean, they make some
and they're getting paid from sponsorships and stuff anyway.
Oh,
so that's...
forget the outside stuff. Yeah, let's not forget about that. Jersey Shore says people can't help reaching for that golden ticket. Yeah, everybody wants to live this high life, and then when you get the high life, then you're like, it's not all it's cracked up to be. And the fame is not always what it's cracked up to be. Having a lot of money is not always cracked up to be, unless you have generational wealth. Because everybody else, I guarantee you, everybody who makes money is still making some poor decisions where they need that money they're making. Their lifestyle has changed. Now I'm living the $1 million lifestyle, so I need to keep making the $1 million. So it's always something.
More money, more problems. I used to say something very funny when Biggie said that, when that came out. More money, more problems. I said, you ever been broke? Right? So, but the truth is, right? Because that's a lot of problems there. But the truth is that what you said is the key. Happiness, and you don't find real happiness in these things. You find instant gratification. That's what you find. And you believe that's happiness. You believe it's love. It's not. It's the type of thing that you do for your wife. I do for my kids. That's happiness. That brings me happiness. Love is different, and you should be working hard for that. And to throw it away, it's tough.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
But
who's gonna be the point guard? No, anyway, sorry.
No, I was actually going to say I was going to bring it back to the Knicks in a different way too. I was like, look, nobody's perfect, but I will say these are the type of moments that I appreciate what this Knicks organization is trying to do. Anybody can make mistakes, but I like the fact that the Knicks organization is trying to bring in high character guys to be a part of this team that you can avoid, at least, like, hopefully all you're worrying about is basketball. You know what I mean? So, yes, do we lose out on some talent? Because, there are flawed people that are supremely talented. That's their thing. The flawed people be the best. They'd be like, "Oh man,
They really are.
you know." But
They really are.
it is what it is. Well, hopefully, we can continue to win with high character guys, and that and that'll get us to the promised land. I don't know. There's no guarantees, but that's what we can hope. Anyway, guys, I want to get around to everybody for your final words. Today's show is a little bit of condensed because there's not a lot going on, and I don't want to be here rambling about stuff that we talk about all the time when there's no new information to add to it. I think today's conversation was great. I think we got off on gambling, which wasn't even a part of the agenda, but I love the conversation we had, and I hope that, listen, if nobody else is listening, I hope that somebody somewhere saw this and says something like, "Hey, my boy's in the NBA. Yo, did you? How? Yeah, I don't know. This might apply to you, but what do you think about what they were saying here? This was kind of interesting conversation. I hope somebody gets something out of this. Like this, it's just common sense, man. Be better for yourself, man. Because the thing is, there's so many people trying to take you down in this world. Some people want to live with you, but they want to, eat off of your success. And then there's other people that hate on your success. You got enough to deal with. Make the right decisions for you in your life.
Yep.
Sam, final words, my brother?
Yeah, y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just appreciate you for having me on as always. Thank you guys on the panel for sharing this space and the chat for keeping us going as well. I look forward to being back again, hopefully sooner than later. But definitely good talks today, and we'll see in the upcoming weeks and maybe even days what the Knicks do as far as filling out the remainder of the coaching staff as well as that final rotation spot. But as always, hope everybody's staying safe out there, and hope everything's well with you guys' family, keeping everybody in prayer regardless. And you guys have a blessed weekend.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Sherwin,
You too, brother.
appreciate you, Sherwin. So I listened to this chat, and it is the same. I won a championship. I know. I'm with you, man. And I really do think that we have a good shot at possibly winning one this year if everything falls into place, if the Knicks buy into Mike Brown's system and what he's trying to do out there. And also, I always say my thing is, yes, to win a championship, your players that you depend on need to play the way you expect them to play. But you also need somebody to step up. You need a wild card. You need an unknown. Somebody's got to step up that you weren't necessarily expecting to step up. That's what helps. You want to say OKC. And for OKC, it may not have been one person that stepped up. Look at how many times we watched somebody from OKC off the bench come in and light it up. We got lit up by somebody by OKC. Like, what? Who is this kid? That is the type of stuff that helps you win a championship. Those dudes that come to play when you're not necessarily expecting anything out of them, and they step up and get you to the next level. Look at Indiana. Look at the success they had from guys that we think that aren't good defenders. They made it all the way to the NBA Finals and gave the best defensive team in the league a run for their money to Game 7. Game 7. Shout out to them. But that's the type of stuff we're talking about. We need guys to step up and buy in. Look at the type of stuff that we saw, that I showed here on the show, that we heard from God, I'm terrible with names sometimes. Siakam. When Siakam was talking to the rest of his guys, talking about what it takes to win a championship, how it's not easy, and you got to work hard every single game, every night, in practice, outside of practice. It takes so much in order to be great. And he was like, oh, and after we won, I was like, man, this is what it looks like. And we got this team. We should be winning next year too. Oh, no. That's not how it works. You got to keep putting that effort. You got to keep having good talent around you. It all works hand in hand. Then that goes back to Indiana. The Knicks are a better defensive team than Indiana. But we watched Indiana play better defense than the Knicks at times because they played harder than us. They played more as a team. So anyway, D-Rex, what's your thoughts? Any final words, my brother?
Well, to your point, if you want someone to step up like that, you have to give them the chance to step up first.
True.
That's been my thing.
True.
So hope we can get Ben Simmons talk out of here. The Ben Simmons fetish will be deaded. I just can't stand his name every other day. Either we get him or we don't.
Wait till you see him in that Knick uniform. Oh, sorry. Continue.
I'll knock on wood. But look, again, I'm still optimistic. But again, my only reason for coming up today, and I don't have a clear answer. Maybe, like you said, maybe it's just Pablo, these guys, whatever. They have to be better. They don't want to leave. But I hope that there's not this. Tibbs is gone. Thankfully, we can all agree it's looking better. But I hope the climate of the smoke-filled room where people just come in and tell you how it is not there. I want a real discussion because there's one thing I think I've learned from coming and partaking in these conversations is no one person really has the right answer all the time for basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Even the people that are the smartest minds, they have their biases, agendas. Even they try and fight it. And I feel like when you talk and you have a difference of opinion and different mindsets, that's when you really get the right winning things to do, So I hope that we try every possible different combinations of players we have on the roster, 1 through 15 this year. That's all I want to see. Let us be the reasons we don't play a lineup, or you know what I'm saying? Like, we should be the ones that tried it. Oh, it didn't work, Not just, oh, this is our best lineup, and that's it. They play better, harder, whatever. These 3 lineups we never. It's not set in stone. Who cares? Just do what wins. That's all I'm trying to emphasize. You have to try everything to find every different possible strategy and different ways you could be strong. And maybe these 2 guys they stink for the whole season, but put them out together against this team, and who knows? Suddenly they have some great. You can always experiment. But I'm still optimistic. Just let me get one young European Persian in there, or someone a little out of the box. Just one out of the box guy in there.
I'm listen. If they could do it, I'm with it. I'm with it. I want what's his face back, but he ain't coming back here no time soon ever. Probably he's soured. But I want David Blatt. Let's bring David Blatt back, man. I like David Blatt. He got a raw deal. He was a great coach. But yeah. And so shout out to Sherwin. He said, no, Ron, Indiana is a bigger, faster, and more athletic than us. Yes, but that's not the only reason why we lost to them. Yes, they're faster than us. They play faster. They also had incredible ball movement. Their motion offense was fantastic, and it was a problem for anybody who played them. Let's not forget, at one point, I think in Indiana was playing like the best team in the second half of the season. In basketball, they were, at least if they weren't number 1 at times, they were one of the top 3 teams in basketball because of their play in the second half of the season. That's against everybody, not just the Knicks. And they do have much better chemistry. They play as a team. They all buy in. There's no real, even though Halliburton is a star over there, they don't have that like superstar thing. They all know that they have a role, that and the way they move, they play as a team. So you get the best out of them. And I'm still going back to the fact that at times they played better defense than us. At times they were like all over the place. I was like, what is this? They're not even a good defensive team on paper, but they were playing like it at times. If you already know that a team's Achilles is their defense, yet their defense is stepping up, and you already know their offense was one of the best offensive units and systems in the league, that's a team you're going to have trouble with. And also, I just want to say, Sherwin, every year we do it, we deal with the same thing. Every year it's watch out for this team, watch out for that team. You know how many years we've gone, everybody telling me Orlando's going to be this, Detroit is going to be this, or Indiana's going to be this. And then every year we watch the Knicks finish 4th ahead of all those other teams. The Knicks finished 3rd ahead of all those other teams. Like, all these teams are going to get better. But the Knicks have gotten better too, right? The Knicks last year had a good team. We won 51 games, but we didn't have a bench. This year, we got Yabusele. This year, we got Jordan Clarkson. This year, we're probably moving Josh Hart to the bench. So hopefully that makes the bench stronger. And we may get one of these young players to step up with playing time finally, or maybe 2 of them, because let's not forget Huck Porty. Maybe 2 of these young guys get more playing time and actually add a benefit to the team, and we actually have a competent bench. Automatically, we become a better team. So now the 51-win team that we had last year has a bench. Yeah, I think the other teams, the Orlandos, the Detroits, the Indianas, whoever, would be like, hey, we're good, those fans should be saying, but the Knicks got better too. That's what should be said. So I just want to put that out there. I hear you. I'm not knocking what you're saying because it's true what you're saying, and we can't take those teams for granted. To me, honestly, the most important team that we got to watch out for is Orlando. A healthy Orlando team is a problem.
I'm with you.
So we'll see. Sha, any final words, my brother?
Thank you guys for having me on. Great little quick talk about what's going on. Let's just remember that, it is the New York Knicks waiting for who they're going to pick up. It's not us. I choose sometimes to root for the front of the shirt, not the back of the shirt. Not saying I like Ben Simmons. He's not my first choice. In my opinion, I like Brogdon a little better, but that's my bias because I always like Brogdon. But Ben Simmons, it's hard to say something about watching the guy, especially when you watch highlights of him, because you always see all the greatness of what he does. But with what he does great, he did look pretty good doing it. And in a couple of, if we could get Brooklyn Ben Simmons towards the end, or even the last year Ben Simmons, where he was like 5-5-5. I think he can excite the team. I also wish they would hurry up and do it, but I know this is what the New York Knicks do: drag it on. So when it drops, it sucks all the energy out of everything, and everything is consumed about New York Knicks. All of us have a podcast about it. Or both of us have podcasts. All the numerous amount of New York Knicks podcasts will have something to talk about the Knicks. The millions and millions and millions of hits and all these subscribes and all the stuff that the networks will get from a dropping of Ben Simmons getting his thing. So I'm just waiting for it. I can't wait for it. I hope it hurry up and come. It could be sometime next week. It could be after that. I think they have one or two more coaches that they had to do, but they're like end of the bench coaches, so it probably ain't no real big names. I think this guy is supposed to be the assistant coach. We already got the other guy, O'Connell, the three other guys that we already kept from last year, Brunson and the other two dudes. So I think we got the big man coach, Ray Bryant. So what is it, two or three more?
I think that's
right.
it.
That's about it, right? So that's it. Then let's wrap it up. Let's get Ben Simmons. If we're not going to get Ben Simmons, let's go to Landy Shaman. If we ain't gonna get Shaman, let's go to DeLon Wright. If we ain't gonna go to Wright, I'll take PJ Tucker right now, because we do have a 10-man rotation. And the man that we bring in here, if he comes in here like a Ben Simmons or Brogdon, the person that's going to suffer the most is going to be Hucker Purdy. And majority of the nights, Hucker Purdy will not get no miss, especially if it's like a Ben Simmons or something like that. We sit here and think Ben Simmons is going to be the point guard in the starting unit. Ben Simmons could be the power forward in the starting unit. If you want to put a title on him, he doesn't have to be shooting guard. We could keep Mikal at the shooting guard. We could keep OG at the small forward. We could put Ben Simmons. They could all rotate, because that 3, 4, and 5 position, well, at least two of them can rotate to any one of those positions. Let's have him and get him. Let's have something to talk about. Thank you guys for having me on to run my mouth and stuff like that. And great talk about betting and addiction today, because we all have dealt with some type of addiction. If it wasn't us, in the sense, it's been someone that we know. So it's always good to open up our eyes to it. I do like to bet, but I know how to bet controllably, if you want to say that. And if at anything, sometimes you see it there and you be like, and then when you lose, you be like, but I'm not going back out there and go take another $1,500 or $2,000. Anyway, make long story short, great segment today about that, to extend the talk that we have. Thank you very much, guys. Let's get it.
Yeah. This was a really good show, man. I think the conversation was really good, really in depth about different things, especially the gambling stuff was really good. I agree with you guys. I thank you for being a part of the panel. Shout out to Sha, shout out to Jay, shout out to Sam, and to D-Rex, as well as shout out to Jay Boogie, who couldn't really come up, but I knew he would have said some good stuff up here. And I think that Did I miss anybody? I got everybody, right?
I'd like to get my last word then.
Oh, hey, Jay says I want to get last words in twice. I think that we just have to hope that, you know, people take things a little bit more seriously. Like, life is fickle, life is fleeting, you know, every day is a blessing. And quite frankly, I don't know if it's me because I'm older now, I'm noticing this, but it looks like we're going quicker, man. A lot of people's moving, you know, they're getting up out of here. So let's live life the better way. Let's try to you know, do the best we can. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Let me see if I can get him in here. He might be able to come in real quick.
Are you ending now?
No, I'm gonna send the link out to my guy and see if we can get him in real quick. Maybe he can fix his link.
I'm gonna say something and I gotta bounce. Okay?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Listen, I really am grateful that we had this conversation today. Like Shah said, I'm very passionate about it, as you know. I really, and that's why I always say, like, when you say to tell a friend, and if you can't be good at it and all those things, those are like not cliche. That's real talk. Like, you know, if you know somebody who's having an issue, not only press like today, not only subscribe, that's all that stuff, but send them this show today. Send them this show. If they're dealing with something, send them this show. Because let them know that they're not alone. Let them know that there's plenty of people out there, right? I have numbers for almost every possible addiction that I would pass through Ron or whoever wants, you know, however, you can even just whatever and reach out, because it's so important that we, one, like I said earlier, give the flowers to the people while they're still around, because we only do that when people, what? They're dead now. We can no longer hug them, shake their hands, tell them how much we love them. Call somebody today. If you haven't talked to them in a long time, tell them you love them. Tell them why. It doesn't matter. If you're hurting, call them. Tell them you're hurting. You need help. Whatever it is, talk about it. Don't be afraid. Don't be, what's the word?
Ashamed.
Ashamed. That's the word, exactly what I'm looking at. The only shame of it is that you're not telling about it. That's the only thing that's a shame about it. Nothing to be ashamed of. Everybody has problems. God bless you all. Have a wonderful day. Be safe. Enjoy the weather. This was an excellent, excellent show, Ron. As usual, you have great shows. Shah, Dork, and Sam. I had a great time talking to you guys. I'm definitely going to hit you up soon. And same thing with you, Shah. Hit you up soon. Everybody be blessed. And everybody do the right, you know, reach out to somebody today, man. Give them their flowers. Tell them how much you care about them. You know.
I'm doing a fake plug. I just made these for myself. Fake plug. I don't know if you can hit it. You probably can.
I can't. I can see like a barcode. I mean, thing.
What does it say?
I can't see what the word.
QR code.
It's the QR code.
No, fake plug. Yeah, fake plug.
All right.
Appreciate
all right. So let's go Giants. Let's go Knicks. Let's go Mets. Let's go Giants. And thank you, Ron.
You can say the Yankees.
Jay. Thanks, my guy.
You can say the Yankees, Joe. You can say the Yankees, Jay. You can say the Yankees. It's all right.
All right. God bless you. God bless you, everybody. And if you like the Yankees, I still pray for you. And you're still my brothers and sisters.
All right. Thank you, Jay. Hey,
All
listen, man. Jay Boogie's been trying desperately to get in here, but it looks like the connection thing is just not working. Oh, he's trying again. Let's see if we can get him. I know he's frustrated.
Jay Boogie, you gotta get one of them 11 to 15-year-olds. They know how to do everything.
Yeah,
give it to them and come back in like 3 minutes. They'll have you connected to everything.
And I also wanted to say one thing that I never hear anybody say, so I figured I'd say it. Piggybacking off of what Jay said as far as telling somebody if you got something going on and you need help with something, don't look. It's one to force yourself to believe in someone else that can listen to you, but don't just believe in one person, right? I just want to share that because this is important. If you have something going on, feel the courage to reach out to somebody to tell them what's happening with you, but don't just reach out to one person because you know what? Listen, we're flawed humans. That one person you reach out to might not be the right person to reach out to. You know what I mean?
Great point.
So to definitely reach out to more than one person that might be that you think you feel comfortable with, because everybody's different and you never know. You might reach out to the wrong person on the wrong day and they might not give you the type of advice that you need to hear. But anyway, yeah, let's go. Let's see. I see his face. Oh, let's go, Jay Boogie. Oh, you on mute though. You just on mute. If we get you off mute, we good.
Give me 1 second, man. I had to come to T-Mobile to try to get these services right. Give me 1 second.
Here you are. We can hear you. Oh.
All right, he's at the spot right now trying to get it fixed.
So
hey, man.
a whole bunch of.
I'm holding on because I was supposed to leave a half hour ago.
But anyway, that's funny. That's how you know Jay Boogie was frustrated. Like, no, this ain't working. You know what? Let me go to the spot. I'm gonna. I'm talking about. Like, you know what? Nah, I ain't messing around with this foolishness. Let me take my phone. Hold on, Ron. Take him to the spot. Let's get it fixed. That's facts. I hear that.
Man, Ron,
let's go. Oh, nothing happened, Parrish. Nothing. Sorry. Not talking
I had
about
something for you the other day I should have told you about. I'm gonna hit you up.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
All right, I'm trying to wait.
Don't worry about it, Jay. Listen, that's what replay gang is about. Do what you got to do, my brother.
Yeah, exactly. All right, blessings, everybody. Let's go.
My guy.
Let's go. Your favorite teams. All right.
Oh, damn, you back in the whip already? Okay, Jay Books. All right.
Yeah, I'm in the whip, man.
Hey, well, we can see you, so something's working.
Man, I don't know what was going on, man, but it had me frustrated, man. For the last week and a half, I was unable to, get to any shows, do anything. So I'm like, I got to go take care of it and get this done right now. So that's where I'm at. But shout out to y'all great men. I'm glad I finally made it up here with Mr. George Clinton of the mothership, and I see all my Parliament Funkadelic brothers up here. Shout out to the chat. Hope everybody's in the greatest form of health. I hope you had an amazingly summer. It's almost over. It's almost no more hot weather, for you to go do something with your loved ones, your family ones, or even treating yourself. It is almost over. Please make sure you enjoy this great sunny weather, this 80 and 90 degree weather as it started to turn down and slowly but surely bring inside the winter that's coming. And when wintertime comes, that brings, basketball time right after the football time. Shout out to the, Dable and Mara, and they got it right, with the draft pick. We got the nice quarterback. I feel that coming, so we can move forward next year, and get some more offensive weapons and get some more, offensive linemen. I like the 1-2 punch we got in the backfield, and I'm looking across the team in this game, and I'm seeing a lot more speed amongst the Giants. That's something else we didn't have. Big play type potential guys, so I'm happy for that. I'm happy my health is good. I appreciate everybody, for my loved ones, everybody in this orange and blue that have been sending me the prayers, the wishes, and the blessings. Last week I just had my follow-up. I'm good. I had my appendix taken out. If those who didn't know or heard,
all right, now I can go.
Yeah, and it was ruptured. It didn't bust, so they caught that. They took that out. I am physically and I'm good. More importantly than anything, I'm really feeling good. And I was just laughing with the doctor. It was pretty much an all-season surgery. Through a long 82 game season with the playoffs. They told me I'll be ready in just in time for regular season. So I'm be back in health and ready to go. talk my talk, be with my friends and be with my loved ones, these orange and blue and everything, you know what I'm saying? And for those who have heard or have not heard, the album is like, it's just about done, you know what I'm saying? It's called The Coat, which is capital K, capital O, capital A, capital T, which stands Knicks over all teams. Everybody want to be GOATs? No, we the Coat. We the Knicks over all teams. That's just about almost done. I'm back in the booth now, rushing, trying to get that done because I lost a little bit of time, you know what I'm saying? But I pretty much was waiting for all the summer league, the free agency, any trades, everything to go, so I don't mistakenly talk or speak upon something that I would have to, you know, get rid of because, you know, I shouldn't have been speaking on it in a trade or something might happen, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy with the coaching staff. I'm happy with the office. Leon Rose, shout out to him. He done amazingly, another great job. He's done his job again, y'all. Again, he's lined up, you know what I'm saying, the coaching staff. The office is good, you know what I'm saying? We're going to eliminate the office and the coaching staff, get them out the way. Even though we need to hire somebody else, I love to see Teresa Weatherspoon a part of this, but, you know, it's a lot of chemistry on that coaching staff. I hear that, you know, we just got another guy that Brown is used to being with, you know, the guy came from Charlotte, whatever, and then he brought back a couple of guys. They had chemistry, so all that's right there intact. So I have no excuse, no blames on the office, no excuse, no blames on the coaching staff. It's up to the players, everybody that's going to be in this 15. It's up to you. Guys like Bridges, you don't have time here no more. You have no excuses about your game. You should be getting your game up to par, getting your game ready, because it's not on the coaching staff, it's not on the office, it's not on the fan base, it's on the players from here on out to handle their business and bring us this Mazda 2.6, which is 2026 NBA championship. Bring it here. Shout out to the squad. Shout out to everybody, man. Let's get it done. Shout out to the schedule being redone. You know what I'm saying? The Christmas joint, that's 4 years ago when I said that bar 12 noon, we back 12 in the 2/5. I don't care who likes it, don't like it, who don't listen to it. That 12 noon, we back 12 in the 2/5 is a major bar. It's 4 years in running when I say 12 noon, we playing at 12 o'clock. 12 noon, we back 12, and that's the 12th month of the year. 12 noon, we back 12 in the 2/5. That's the 25th day of December. That is a major bar. They need to put that bar, that song inside the garden. If they don't want me to perform it, they need to be playing it. They need to be doing something with it. But I can't do it without the fan base. I need y'all to get that song and push it towards MSG. Push it towards the New York Knicks. Push it towards push our music to where it need to be done. You know, shout out to the great Busta Rhymes and all them, that the Jadakiss and all them guys that came and dropped the song, the anthem, you know what I'm saying, during the playoffs. I've been doing that for about 7 years now, dropping nothing but anthems. You know, them guys, they did it, you know, they did it for the big name. Do it for the ones that really, really do it, man. Go back and check my history of the songs. Go back and check my videos of song, what I put in the effort and energy. And shout out to Pop Left and shout out to Cully, them guys that did amazingly bars on that Christmas anthem. It's called We Back on Christmas. And that's all it is. We back on Christmas at 12 o'clock, highlighting. That's the only game in the league on Christmas Day that everybody in the NBA has a chance to get a viewing of. Viewing at 12 o'clock. Ron spoke upon it. 12 o'clock is the best slot when you finish playing with your toys and the kids are happy and you feeling good because, you know what I'm saying, you did what you needed to do for your kids and everything. They happy, and then you want to take a break and the Knicks is on at 12 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we needed, man. But shout out to Mr. Ron, a.k.a. Mr. WBLS, the podcast, you know what I'm saying, or the other podcasters. And shout out to my man, you know what I'm saying, Jay Chosen. Shout out to Sam Gradison. I know he was up there, you know what I'm saying. Our future has no lampshades on top of the light bulbs. It's futurely bright beaming as far as that man whole career and everything he got, you know what I'm saying. Shout out to the one half of, you know what I'm saying, of the Shot Powers is up there. Shout out to him, man. I can't think of the other guy's name that was up there. But more importantly, the chat that's here, always loving and supporting this show, this network, each and every week, each and every time he go live, even each and every time you see him walking in the city, you're showing your love and appreciation for this guy, for what he's doing. Make sure before this show ends, if you haven't done it, hit that like button, you know what I'm saying? Subscribe it, share it, move it along. And if you caught the end of it, you missed the beginning of it, make sure you go back and watch the replay game, you know what I'm saying? But let's get ready for this 2025-26 season. It's going to be real something amazingly for these New York Knicks. It's going to be something real amazingly for this organization. It's going to be something real amazingly for this franchise. It's going to be something real amazing for that city when we start, you know what I'm saying, having that parade. This ain't going to be no 2 days and all of a sudden the championship is over like OKC. This thing right here going to be turned and amped all the way up when we win the championship. I ain't saying later on. I said when we win the championship, and I'm talking about this year, this season right here. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S. Let me get off mute, but I love and miss y'all, man. I got a whole lot of things I can say, but I'm getting ready to go find something else to go do right now.
Appreciate you as always, Jay Boogie. And I want to let you know I replied to your email, so I sent you that. You got it. All right, so you can use that. I just want to say once again, thank you to everybody who's tuned in, who's rocked with the show today. Once again, good show. Great conversation. If y'all missed it, Replay Gang is there. And I want to thank everybody once again on the panel. Appreciate all you guys for getting up here and talking. Appreciate everybody who's tuned in, hitting the like button, sharing the show out. And, hey, you know what time it is. As I always say, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still Knicks fans, we'll be back again, whether it be on Saturdays for Know the Ledge at 11:30-ish, unless I got something going on. Monday nights at 9 p.m. for SKF Weekly with myself, my brother John, and my brother Jose on the ones and twos holding us down. And sometimes whenever I can drop a state of the game, when we can talk about some Met, some Giant, or some Knick talk. That's a little different from the norm. So appreciate you guys for always supporting. Hey, and you know what I always say, no matter what, we can be mad, we can have differences of opinions, but the good, the bad, the ups, the downs, no matter what, we are still Knick fans. Take care of yourselves, be good. And if you can't be good at it. And one more again, before we get out of here, on the way out, that's right, as Jay Boogie said, we back on Christmas, baby!
It's a jolly time of the year, right before the new year. Ain't no other squad better on this day than the Knicks. We back. Best time of the year, they say it's Christmas. Little kids can't wait to see us Christmas. New clothes, new toys, mean it's Christmas. You see the Knicks, we back, we on Christmas. It's so pretty when you can see the snowfall. That red nose, tell them that it's Rudolph. Chestnuts roasting, the Knicks stay roasting. Tell the whole league we hosting. 12 noon, we back, 12 in the 2/5.
Yeah, we back, baby. That's right. Look forward to it, guys. It's going to be a fun time. Knicks have a great slot. Like Jay Boogie said, like I said, it's going to be a fun time. And by that time, the Knicks should probably have a good hold on what type of team they are. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting. I can't wait. Appreciate you as always, Jay Boogie, for blessing us with a track that's universal, that can live on forever. And looking forward to all the new work that you're going to be hitting us with, that new fire coming soon. Thank you once again. I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm glad you're on the mend, and we can't wait to hear what stuff you're going to be dropping for us in the future. Once again, appreciate you, my guy.
Salute, man. Y'all have a great rest of y'all Saturday, man. Love you all. Appreciate yourself. Appreciate life anytime he unattaches your eyelids. Love yourself. Treat yourself. Don't beat yourself. And do something for your loved ones. Again, the summer is almost over. The pretty weather is almost gone. One thing that will never leave is love and family. You know what I'm saying? Support that to the fullest. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's.
That's it. Hey, we out of here. Listen, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Let's go, G-Men. This is an interesting game. That's all I'll say. All right. Later, y'all. We out.